might say you overqualified, which is retarded. They tell you that. Yeah, they check your credit. And you might be qualified, but your credit's too low. Right?
I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go. Haters going down. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go. Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go. Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be balling too. I know you seen us falling too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it. Cool. Ooh, you should have seen when I came down.
Salute everybody. Salute.
Cause it's greater haters
Bless
face
to
down.
all.
Yeah, I can make
Darius,
it green,
what's up,
nigga,
man?
mad, quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game and you talking the
Dog,
stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the
Shalom.
man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich.
Cash Crypto, what's up, bro?
Made so play, I show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey,
Hey, I get the man his credit, though, bro. You feel me? Like I sit there and say, they didn't do that.
Haters going down for the count.
Go ahead and cut the things you go.
I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and bless to everybody. Everybody. But Earl, his balance was messed up. Yeah, but we've seen this. We've seen what's been going on with Earl for a while now. So, you know, he got his bag, though. So, hey, can't knock that. But we got good in here. Let's go ahead and wait for these notifications to get out. We'll put the link right there, just in case anybody want to jump up here as well. Y'all know how we like to cook in here. It's for everybody to get up here and speak what they got to speak about. Because, you know, it's the sports bar. It's upper echelon. Everybody get up here and speak what they got. Whoa, let's do it like that. I appreciate the likes already. All right. So, the way EJ reacted to Bud punching reminded me of the funny glove thing. And you know something? EJ was out of it anyway, bro. Like EJ was out of it anyway. And like I said in the title, you feel me? Like EJ's been working his whole career to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? So to deny him would deny everything that he worked for. You know what I'm saying? So like EJ, he doing what he do. You feel me? Like that man was willing to die in the ring. And you gotta respect that right there, because a lot of people say it's stupid, but you know, this man right here, shit, he made a way for his family. You know, his family's straight right now because EJ, he did what he had to do. That's just like a person in the street. Like, you gotta realize, like, people in the streets, they do what they have to do for their family. Like, they throw rocks at the penitentiary. Like, street guys, they can get killed, they can get locked up. Like, anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? But they do that because they trying to make a better way, especially for their family. You know, everybody's trying to get out the hood. Everybody's trying to get out the situation that they're in. Because as us, we already in the bottom of the we're at the bottom already. Yeah, Cash Crypto, he did bust that man up, man. He woo, I was like, boy, that damn shit hitting hard. I I'm saying it hit hard, but he used to be in the stable with Tyson Fury, so yeah, everybody sitting there saying that used to be over there with Tyson Fury. I can say that. And he did keep the gloves on until he got back to the locker room. So hey, if EJ and his people missed it, that's poor. That's a poor job that they did right there. But what I was saying is, like, people talk about if Earl knew he was messed up, he shouldn't have went in there like that. But look, fighters know that they messed up and still fight. Just like athletes that they know that they're messed up, they still fight. You got to realize athletes have family and obligations as well. Like, like I say, my favorite reference. Everybody seen the movie Any Given Sunday. Y'all remember Lawrence Taylor on Any Given Sunday? He had a brain bleed. Undercard, salute, brother. The link is right there, bro, for you to hop up there. Anybody can hop up as well. Put the link back down. We chat this thing. We about to cook. We getting this roux going right now so we can cook up this pot of gumbo. You feel me? So we about to cook it up today. I'm on my D. I'm standing on my shit right now. You feel me? But like I said, Lawrence Taylor, one of my favorite parts he played was Any Given Sunday. That man had a brain bleed. And they told him if he get another hit, that he could possibly die or won't move no more. And he just needed one sack and 2 tackles to make the $1 million bonus. That man got cleared. He got in there. He got that hit, but he still made that bonus. Don't you drop me. I'm worth $1 million. Edgar Chavez, salute, brother, salute. And see, he went through that for his family. Just like that movie Gladiators with Cuba Gooding Jr. That was a boxing movie. A lot of people don't understand it. It was out in the 90s. You got to be like an 80s baby or something to know that movie Gladiators. Cuba Gooding was a boxer. He had got hit in the head. He had boxing trauma. You feel what I'm saying? And they said one more hit in the head, that man could die. So they wanted to get the white guy that was the other guy to fight him. And Cuba Gooding was going to fight him. They called him Ghost. But he was like, I'm not trying to fight him. He gets hit in the head, he might die. But the manager was like, I don't give a damn about that. He said that man knows the risk. And so Cuba Gooding tried to fight Ghost. Ghost was trying to beat him to the body. He went and hit him in the head. And in all actuality, that man got his ass whooped. And then Cuba Gooding just stopped the fight because Ghost wouldn't fight him. Hell, the manager came in there and uppercutted Cuba Gooding, knocked him out, hit him in the head. Salute, Zane Hill, salute. But that's what I'm saying. People have been in a situation where, hey, my life is at risk, but I got to get this money. Errol Spence's biggest payday before Saturday was Mikey Garcia, $15 million. He hasn't came close to that since. Like Ugas and Sean Porter, he made between 8 to 10. You feel what I'm saying? They all made pretty comfortable, but it wasn't that Mikey Garcia fight. Like Mikey Garcia set the precedence, so Earl was getting that money. And see, Earl said he want to put all his kids and keep having them go to private school. Private school costs anywhere between $100,000 to $250,000 per semester per kid. You feel what I'm saying? So let's say it's $250,000. It's 2 semesters in a year. That's $500K a year for each child, which is $150,000. 18 years of that. That's down. Let's do the math. That's about 6-7 million. You feel what I'm saying? That's about 6-7 million that he got to pay just all private school money. Plus he bought more land, more horses. And then he got his family. He want to make sure his mom and dad is straight, his family's straight. He want to make sure his daughters and son is straight, make sure their kids is straight. Like Earl said, look, I done put myself through all this sacrifice, and I done went through all this right here, so my kids will have a better start in life. So they ain't have to worry about money. So they can live their life with no worries. They can be what they want to be. They can study what they want to study. They can achieve their dreams. And that's what Earl just did for his family. He made it where his kids can achieve their dreams and do whatever they want to do. They're not starting off in poverty. They're not starting off behind. They get private schooling with great teachers. So they're going to be brilliant minds right there. And Earl did that for them. Plus, they got their own farm. you know. So in case anything happened, they got their own food, they got horses, they got transportation there. You feel me? Like he's planning for the future. Just like Bud, he planning for the future. He owns over 100 houses in Omaha. Like the man's invested his money. But see, Earl, he used to party and stuff. He invested his money, but he still ran through a lot too. So he needed this bag right here. They made over 30 million apiece. That's twice Earl's biggest payday. That's like 5 times Bud's biggest payday. And you know, that's what the key is to get your money and get out. That's why Tank said he got about 2 more fights and he done, which I don't blame him. I love watching boxing. I love watching the best fight the best. But I also enjoy watching the fighters do what they do, but I don't want them hurt. And each time you get in the ring, you subjecting yourself to blunt force trauma. You could die, you can get brain dead, anything can happen, paralyzed, you know, so it's best to get in, get your money and get out. But if you don't get out, you might end up like like Ali with the Parkinson's. Y'all hear how James Tony talks? Like boxing takes a toll on you, bro. Zane Hill, I understand that, man. They making excuses, but talking about don't make excuses and everything. We ain't making excuses. You just see what it is. And that weight cut fuck with EJ when he dehydrated his brain, that messed him up worse. Like at 154, his brain won't get dehydrated as much, so I think he'd be in a lot better shape. Hey, anybody want to hop up here on the chat? I'm about to put the link down right here so we can discuss this boxing thing right here. The Rue is cooking. Who gonna get up here and make this gumbo with me? Because we about to get in here. We about to get active. But yeah, can't make no excuse though, because if you get in the ring, I don't care if you blind, cripple, or crazy. If you get in the ring, you're supposed to be your best self. So whatever happens to you, that's what happened to you. It ain't no excuse. Like Earl just said on a tweet, he said, "I got an excuse, but I'm not gonna give it to y'all." See, he lives by the man code where men don't make excuses. Bud was the better man that night, for real. If Earl was starting off his game, like he said, Bud was the better man. And Earl stands by that, but he wants his lick back. And he's going to get his lick back at 154, which I think is going to be a great fight, more competitive. But see, the nutritionist messed up. The nutritionist told us that Earl's head was messed up, but we wasn't paying attention. And he wasn't paying attention. He slipped when he said it. He didn't mean to say that shit, but he ended up saying it. Then he tried to correct it. When he said, "Yeah, I'm giving Earl vitamins and nutrients, and I'm giving him brain food to help his brain and everything." Then he said, "Oh yeah, the brain food is for his eye. Brain food ain't for no damn eye." When he says for the eye, you know, to strengthen his eye muscle and everything. See, he realized he said something, but he caught himself because you know he didn't want to throw no overcast on the Earl fight. And like I told y'all over here, I said the fight would do about 750,000 or more. Some early sources said it did about 700,000, but I guess we'll find out the real number tomorrow. But for right now, they said 700,000, which is still a great amount. Like shit, 700,000. That's a hell of a damn turnout for two black fighters, and that puts to bed rest that black people can't sell. Like black people can sell. People don't just give us the right motivation and everything. They just use that as not the crown a black guy as a great fighter and a draw. But I can tell you like this: the heavyweight division ain't shit without Deontay Wilder in it, without AJ in it. Ain't nobody really trying to see Tyson Fury or Usyk fight. They give away those tickets. Those guys aren't big draws. They're not action packed. I thought it would do about 750 to a million undercard, but I don't know. They just gave the 700,000 like 2 days ago, so maybe they still doing it in the figures. I know England bought a lot, but see over in England that shit's only like $38 because it's like 25 pounds for the fight. So Kia Alexandra, salute, princess, salute. The link right there if you want to hop up here and spit that knowledge you spit the other day, Key. But yeah. So over 500,000 was a good success. So they did a success because 700,000 times 85. That's almost damn 60 million they did on pay-per-view revenue, not including the gate and all the promotions they did. So like it was damn near $100 million fight, really. Because I think the gate did like 20 mil. Plus, they had the closed circuit gate as well. So they did about 60 million pay-per-view, about 25 million in the damn gate. That's 85 million. Plus, they had their promotion and stuff, but a lot of that go to Showtime and shit. So they coming away with about 40 mil a piece. You can't beat that. Shalom, Shawah. Yeah. But yeah, you can't beat that right there. Ain't no use feeling sorry for neither fighter. Because one thing you gotta realize, somebody has to lose. Ain't no tie. Like it's like Highlander. There can only be one. And like looking at back at that Bud and Boots fight gonna be great. Because Boots has still got all his faculties. See, everybody think Bud made Earl look basic. No, Earl was just that's why I did say the gate undercard. I said it was about like 20 mil. Plus they had the closed circuit, so I don't know exactly how much it was. But that's why I respect Bud Crawford right there. Because even Bud Crawford, he knew something was wrong with Earl. That's why if you watching the fight, he said, come on, man, get yourself together. He knew that wasn't Earl that he was fighting. He knows it. That's why he ain't really talk that shit and do much shit like that at the end of the fight. Because he knew Earl wasn't himself. And he knew he just got the easiest bag for doing the least amount of work. Like Earl basically passed that man the mantle right there. He passed him the mantle because Earl was the big fish. So Crawford should be the man right now. I still don't think his pay-per-view numbers are do like Earl's, but it should because he beat Earl. But a lot of Bud fans don't like to buy pay-per-view anyway, honestly. Because if they did, he would have had some numbers. I've bought in all 5 of his pay-per-view fights. I'm glad I bought that BLK shit on the gift card because they tried to charge me twice more. And I'm like, damn, these dudes right here are some damn scam artists. But hey, look, we got a great fight. Hey, undercard, you ain't gonna hop up here, bro. But yeah, what I was gonna say, 154 will be a lot different. The man's brain won't be as dehydrated. So we'll see a much better, much sharper Errol Spence right there. Because see, Earl, he didn't have no punch resistance. And Earl didn't have no balance. Like I went back and looked at the media workout. Derrick James hit him upside the head in the media workout, and Earl lost his balance. And I'm like, wow. There we go. Salute the lovely Key Alexandria. Who want to get up here on this platform with the lovely Key Alexandria? She got more boxing dollars in a little bit. How you doing, Key?
Hey, Upper. Salute to the chat. Salute to you. How have you been?
I've been great. Chilling. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just got in from the gym. Wanted to. First of all, I'm very, very shocked that you said it did 700,000.
That's what the original numbers was like 700,000. That's the numbers that they said at first, right? But I think the numbers come out. Oh damn, my camera came back on. But I think the number came out tomorrow.
That wasn't reported by Rick, was it?
Nah, it was by New York Post and all them. But I think the real number comes out tomorrow.
Right, because I could see it doing 1 million. I've always stood firm on the fact that it would not do more than Tank and Ryan.
Yeah, I said they got different bases. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Tone Deaf, yeah, he hit the bag, but he wasn't really hitting it like that. If you look before he hit the bag when Derrick James was doing the mitts, Derrick James, slipped it and tapped him upside the head because he didn't even see that left. When Derrick James caught him with the left on the right side, he didn't even see it. And, he lost his balance on that. I'm just being honest. I went back and watched it. All right, go ahead, Keith.
Well, since you brought that up, I want to say, I noticed, once everything died down and you're not in the hype of the moment, I went back and watched the All Access and just was watching what they were saying. And what I noticed with Earl and Derrick, if you go back and watch the first All Access of the first episode, although Earl is working, it seems as though he was more focused on the conditioning, the physical therapy aspect of it, rather than just pure the skill of boxing. And I wonder if that played a role in it. Now, let me just say this. I'm not going to sit here and take away from Bud Crawford. Anytime that we can make observations or say something, is somebody in the chat's going to come up and say, "Oh, y'all making excuses for Earl and da 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 da," and it's just like, no, this is not the same fighter that we
Hey,
grew up
turn down
watching.
this. I think you got an echo in the background.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you
Is that
good?
better?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you good?
Okay, so um, that's not the same fighter that I've been watching for 10 plus years. Because I'm hearing now that he's a linear fighter. And I just was like, no, I've seen him go side to side. I've seen him do everything. So I can't really say that either. Now is he a straight come forward fighter? Yes, yes. But we can say that about all boxers because all boxers stand in front and they will box you. I mean, we seen that the other night with Bud. He was standing straight in front in southpaw stance, boxing Errol Spence. He just had more tools in the tool shed. And but I think that Earl was more so focused on the physical therapy aspect. And then I do believe that something went down in camp, and I just don't know what it was. I just don't know. Just something wasn't right, and I just feel like it'll come out if there is a rematch. But again, and I said it here the other day, it's not the fact of Earl getting back in the ring. This is what they do. Bud and Earl have been doing this for years. They're the professionals. It's the mental and the emotional point that he has to get over. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, the memes are going crazy. Some of these YouTubers are so disrespectful. Like it's
But you know
crazy what
something?
there's, huh?
They can be disrespectful all they want, because guess what? That man made a bag, and
I mean,
they
but at the
broke
same,
asses is still out here trying to make something. You feel what I'm saying? But what I was gonna tell you, we've seen Earl box against Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. We seen him be fleet-footed and swift. But you see, he didn't even. It was something wrong. Like I think when they dehydrated to make that weight, right? It messed with his head. He already had neurological damage. If you see when he was fighting Ugas, right? Like he said, fuck the fight. He wasn't even thinking about the fight. He was looking around for his mouthpiece and everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like his mind ain't what it used to be. Like if you go through a Ferrari window at 80 miles an hour, you go and you hit your shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have brain damage. I mean, the man has neurological damage, and it's a degenerative condition. And like that sparring that he do, that shit takes away from it as well. Like you get hit and sparring. Like Muhammad Ali and his Parkinson's disease, right? You know, if you sit there and keep getting hit to the head, it damages your neurological pathways each time you keep getting hit. And you know, sparring they go rough, and you know he get hit in the head, and his brain is taking that beating. See, that's why boxers they be like boxers punched out. You know, they don't like James Tony. You hear how he talking, how he is. Like most retired fighters, they're like that because they done took too many blows to the head. Earl took a blow to the head going 80 miles an hour with concrete. Like it don't get no harder shot than that. But Earl has pushed through, and all his trainers and everybody they know what's going on. But they didn't want to deny Earl his big moment. Like every fight that Earl made after the accident was a blessing. With the Danny Garcia, with the Ugas, and with Terrence Crawford, because he wasn't supposed to fight no more after that accident. but he persevered, went through, and said he still gonna fight. Like in the Danny Garcia fight, he got caught in the corner slipping with some shit he never get caught with. Ugas fight, he got caught with some shit, but it gets worse as time goes, and he was doing 16 to 24 rounds of sparring in the training camp. And then you notice when he rehydrated up, his face still was small. Like his face didn't even fill out. And you see he didn't fill out. You see Bud was the much bigger guy. I did a video. It showed that Earl Spence was about maybe 4 or 5 pounds heavier than he was when he came off the scale. Like I don't know what they was doing, but his body wasn't reacting right.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, I don't know either what they were doing, but I will say this, Upper, I'm not sold on a rematch for him. What do you think?
I know. Yeah, told them they call him durable. They call him durable, but I think 154 he doesn't have to dehydrate his brain as much. Like, cause like I've told y'all all the time, I told y'all when you cut weight, you try to get your body down to 30, 25, 30%. And that's why when you finally get your body down to that, they rush you straight to the scale and get you weighed. Because it's real damaging and it's life. You can fuck your life up dehydrating yourself like that to make weight. That's why I told y'all that. I told y'all they could cut the last day they'll cut between 8 to 10 pounds, sometimes 12 pounds. They're sucking all the water out of their muscles and your brain's a muscle. They sucking all that water out of it, all the fluid, and getting it off of them. And then they go straight to the scale. And then that's when they rehydrate as soon as they get off the scale. And to be in that condition too long is detriment to your health. Like your organs can shut down and everything. That's why when fighters make weight, they rehydrate as soon as they can. Your body's 75 to 80% water. And you dropping it down to 30, 25%, you're in critical condition right there. That's why Virgil Ortiz keeps getting that ribomyalgia. I know I said it wrong, but that ribodialgia, whatever the hell it is, because that comes when you get protein in your piss from trying to cut weight, but it's cutting your muscles. So the muscles is made up of protein. So the protein gets in your urine, and if it can cause kidney failure. Like it's all about the body. See, boxing, that's the one sport you can't play. That's some serious things right there. You gotta adhere to what's going on. That's why Earl, everybody knew what's wrong with Earl. That's why Ilby says the business of boxing. You feel what I'm saying? But some fighters never get more than $100,000 for a fight. You feel what I'm saying? Some boxers never reach that pinnacle. Some boxers never reach 50K a fight. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you can get to that point where you can get this big check right here, Earl done fought the fights to build himself up, to build his legacy. You feel me? And so now he got the biggest fight in his career with Terrence Bud Crawford, where they're both about to make life changing money. You can't stop Earl from making that. He knows the risk. He signed the contract. He got in the ring. And I'm a firm believer of if you get in that ring, I don't care if you blind, cripple, or crazy. Once you get in that ring, you know what the stakes is. You know what's up. So any excuse is not going to fly, no matter what. But we see the underlying problems. Nothing goes away from Bud Crawford. He was legendary that night. And he was just against a subpar opponent, an opponent that wasn't there. And like I said, even Crawford knew that he wasn't right. That's why Crawford showed mercy and told Earl, get yourself together, man. And like I think Crawford felt sorry for him when he saw the way Earl was just falling all over the place and couldn't get his balance. But hey, he's in that ring. When you're in that ring, you're my enemy. You got to be put down. And
Well, I mean, his, the trainers are saying that, Earl is basic, which I've never said that he was basic. And I've had to defend him several times on my social media posts on Facebook because I still have him as number 2. He was number 1. I had to move him to number 2, just being fair, for my pound for pound list. And I've had people say, "Oh, he shouldn't even be on there. He should be way down the list." And I have to constantly remind people, like, hold on now, this is the same man that helped clear out a division. You
That
know what I'm
cleared the
saying? So
division.
before we
And you
get
can't,
before we
and
get
don't,
too
hold on
crazy,
1 second. And don't diminish Earl's accomplishment, because when you're doing that, you diminishing Bud's accomplishments.
exactly.
Because now you saying Bud ain't fought nobody still. Don't do that. Earl was a great fighter. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot already, 3 times unified. You feel what I'm saying? It just wasn't his night. Oh, go ahead.
Right. And so, but as far as like the rematch go, and then also before I go on to that, stop calling out Derrick James. Derrick James is still a great coach. Um, Stop doing that. Don't like, we get it. Earl lost badly. But if Earl lost, the whole team lost. But to say that Earl needs to fire Derrick, like that's y'all out of y'all mind. But anyways, what I do believe is that Earl should get a defense. Like I said before, Nonito Donaire hired a coach strictly for defense. Now Earl and Nonito's different because it and I respectfully say this because I love Nonito, but it is time for him to retire. It's going ahead time to sit it down a little bit,
Yeah,
just because based off of stamina. But
that dude should never beat Nonito Donaire right there. And see, Nonito Donaire doing like my favorite fighter, Roy Jones, did. Because I still was upset when Roy Jones was getting beat. And then when the white boy beat him, I said, God damn. You feel what I'm saying? Like, same way with Tyson got beat by the white boy. I'm like, God damn. It's time to sit y'all
exactly.
asses down, boy, because that shit had me pissed. I had white dudes I knew like, yeah, what happened to Iron Mike? And then when the white boy Joe Kawasaki was doing Roy all types of what they were calling me, talking about, yeah. See, Roy been ducking Joe. No, Joe ducked Roy after he beat James Toney. Joe Kawasaki didn't want that shit. Joe Kawasaki whole style was Roy Jones style, so don't do that. But it's like as soon as they get a win off of us, boy, they just everything go crazy. Like when Inouye beat Fulton, yeah, look at you monkeys. Or when Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, yeah, look at that. But y'all don't say nothing about them gloves that Tyson Fury had. Y'all don't say nothing about Deontay being 75 pounds lighter than this nigga. Like they man, shit crazy. Then you want to be like, well, what about the other 99 white boys that got knocked out? You ain't talking about them though, huh? But see, it'd be crazy as hell. But whenever a boxer gets to that point where they can make star-studded money, you know, who are us to stop him from getting the bag that he needs for his family and generational wealth? A lot of fighters don't get on that level. A lot of fighters can't get a blockbuster fight like that. So Earl got what he earned. You feel what I'm saying? And another fight at 154, I mean, that man has pride. He feel like that shit. He wasn't himself. He feel like at 154 he'll have better use of his faculties, more strength, more power, and everything. And I say, shit, get a man a shot.
I'm not sure because okay, although we've seen Earl fight way better than what he did on Saturday. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. It's okay. So I went back and I watched a few Bud Crawford videos again. And the way he switches his transition, and this is why I say that he can give, excuse me, he can give Boots some problems. Now, I do believe that Boots' transition from Southpaw to Orthodox is way smoother, way
Bud,
cleaner.
Bud doesn't switch in the middle of a fight. Boots will switch in the middle. But see, Bud has power in his right hand. That's his dominant hand. Boots have equal power in both hands. You feel what I'm saying? But it's an experience factor though as well. And like I said, if Earl was 100% and he was clicking, that fight would have been a whole different ball game right there because Earl is durable. He can take a shot. And shots that Bud hit him with normally wouldn't hurt EJ, but he didn't have no balance. Like one time Bud hit him in the ribs and his legs like kicked out. You feel what I'm saying? Like the man was stumbling all over the place. Bud, we know Earl doesn't never let you clinch him. He don't never accept the clinch. When Bud clinched him, he held on. He accepted it. And then you remember the one time where Bud pushed him off. Nigga stumbled across the damn ring. Like, he didn't have no balance. His equilibrium was off. Hold on 1 second, though. Joey says Derrick James over encumbered with the stable only coach. Well, Joey, he does got help because he got the Guzman, whatever the dude name, helping him with Charlo. So Derrick James does have help in there as well.
I'm still not. I don't know. I just feel like, man, I'm not. I'm not sold on it. And if it was to come down to a rematch, of course, it's Team Spence. I'm gonna support him. And I do, I do feel as though, like, as a man, he want to get his lick back. I get that. And to show the world, but I won't be surprised. It might not be. It could be quicker that he get up out of there, or he can't win.
See, like I said before, Earl's like the juggernaut. The best way to stop the juggernaut is to stop him from getting going. Because once the juggernaut gets going, he's unstoppable. And they stopped Spence in his tracks. He wasn't able to get a rhythm going. Now Spence, what he needs to do is work on parrying that jab like Bud was doing and slipping to the side, not dipping your head down low right there where the man's power is at. But like I said, Earl mind was out of it since the second round when he got hit on the ear. That fucked up his equilibrium. He never recovered from that. If you watch the fight, he never recovered from that second round knockdown because he already had brain damage, and then that shit right there rocked his cerebrum, and he was out. He couldn't get it. But Undercard got you a message on the screen.
Can you ask Key for her full pound for pound list? Yeah, and I want to say this is subjective, so you can always make your own if you don't agree. But it's Terrence Crawford now, Earl Spence, Tank, Boots, Jermel, Dimitri, better be. Let me just call him Arthur because I always butcher his name.
Dimitri.
Yeah, better be of however you say his name.
Oh,
um, Anyway, Shakur, and then Cool Boy Steph because he lost.
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's my list right there. Those my guys. So but I just feel like I'm a little hesitant. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little hesitant
My
because
pound list. I got Bud Crawford #1 now. I got Jamel Charlo #2. I got EJ #3. Because like I said, we ain't seen the best EJ yet. I got Monster in the way #4. No matter what you say, you gotta respect that dude's gangster. He got to be 2 times undisputed. Kawhi Elliott salute. #4 was Monster in the way. #5 I give to Jerron Ennis because it's based off skills. #6 Shakur Stevenson. No. #6 Tank Davis. Damn. #7. No, #6. Who else? No, #7. I gotta put Devin Haney up there because he got belts. #8 Shakur Stevenson. 9 David Morrell. 10 Arthur Benavidez.
see, I wrestle with David Morrell. That's my dude. I swear that's my dude. I just want I just want to see him in one more fight.
He
I
trying
just
to
got to
fight. Trying to
huh?
fight David Benavidez, but David Benavidez ain't trying to fight him.
See,
They was
that'll
supposed
put
to
him.
fight.
That if he beat him, that'll put him definitely. He'll replace um Benavidez if he's able to beat him. But I do rock with David Morrell. I do 100% rock with
I've
him.
been rocking with him since he first started. Y'all can look at my old videos I got of him. But David Benavidez is ducking him. They Samson Nikowicz already had David Benavidez had a 3-fight contract. He said it was Caleb Plant, David Morrell, Dimitri Andrade. Right? He signed a 3-fight contract. Now he said that he didn't sign a 3-fight contract, but when David and his dad had already said it. But they not trying to see that monster called David Morrell. Like that man took the #1 contender, put that man in a coma for 2 weeks, And see, David Morrell is like Floyd Mayweather, like Pernell Whitaker with the power of Tank. And he's only getting stronger. The man's only like 24. Like the man, Joey Usyk is the heavyweight. You can't put him on that big dog. We don't put heavyweights on the pound for pound. Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson told you. Can't put a heavyweight on there. But yeah, David Morrell is that nigga's the truth.
Yeah, he is.
They
Yes,
said,
definitely he is.
they said like 2 years ago, they said he pieced up Jamal Charlo in there. And I was like, word?
What do you think? What do you think is going to? Do you think that once Jamel fights Canelo, he'll move back down to fight Bud? Because Bud is, I feel as though Bud is about to chase him after this EJ with the with the rematch and everything that's floating around. I think that Bud is going to
Right.
chase him.
Jamel Charlo doesn't have no injuries. You feel me? He ain't got no equilibrium problem. You feel me? Bud is gonna be in a firefight right there. Jamel Charlo has power in both hands. And one thing about Jamel Charlo, he was a pure boxer. Before he got with Derrick James, Jamel Charlo used to be on that bike. Like he was a pure boxer. He used to be like Rashidi Ellis. Like using lateral movement. Like he used to waste movements because he used to be all around the ropes. You feel me? And he used to he showed you some of that in the Castano fight. But Jamel Charlo could get on his bike and move. But he got so much power. Bud had to go against that power and with that lateral movement. And he ain't gonna have the reach advantage over Jamel Charlo. And Jamel Charlo also 6 feet tall.
I know, but recently Jamel, it just seems as though he's been just a up and down. I can't see him beating, but I think the person that'll be the most competitive would be Boots, but Boots will get put down. I seriously believe from 140, well, excuse me, 147 to 154, Bud is a problem. And now they're trying to sell it to where if Bud reaches 50 wins, now they want him to fight Floyd Mayweather. And I'm just like, why would Floyd? Because there's rumors speculating. Let me just say
Floyd is
this at
not coming
first.
back to fight. Floyd is past his prime. Like Floyd's doing exhibition fights. He's not fighting Bud because he know he ain't got the speed and stuff. Like he's over 40 years old. He's not about to do that. Floyd said that he's not doing no more fights unless they're exhibition. Because hell, he could have fought De La Hoya and got paid. And De La Hoya wanted to make it a real fight. And Floyd, he could have beat the shit out of De La Hoya, but Floyd said, I'm not doing no more real fights. Him Pacquiao wanted to run it back. Like, Floyd ain't stupid. And Floyd done lost the step. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you one thing, Jamel Charlo's too much for Bud. That boy he's not Spence. Now, Spence is great. But Jamel Charlo's a whole different ball game. Plus, that's too much power right there. Like, Bud ain't beating Jamel right now. He had to get accustomed to that weight. He gonna have to be in that weight for a few years before he get accustomed, like he did Spence. Like if you the first fought Spence when he got up there, he would have got ran over. That's why he sized Spence up. He filled his arms, body, and for the last 5 years, he's been preparing for that. And see, at 147, Bud gets to use 100% of his muscles because he's a natural 147 pounder. Then when he go to 154, he's going to slow down a little bit because he's putting on more weight. And Jamel Charlo, he definitely has a chin. But you talking about Jamel ain't did nothing. If you watch the Brian Castano fight, Jamel was using lateral movement on the Castano fight because Castano was following Jamel and Jamel was setting traps. Like Jamel, he was on his toes and he skated back to the ropes. And Brian Castano came in, and that's when he melted that nigga like hot butter with that uppercut. What's up, Pierre? Salute.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's going on with you?
Man, dude, I was fucked up over the fight. The fight got to me. I'm gonna be honest.
Hold on. Infrared. hold on, infrared. He said get the doctor a cut so he can get. It's always a doctor to sign off on the fight, buddy. When it's this much money involved, they can always get a doctor that'll say that you can fight. And I'm gonna tell you like this: Earl gonna fight regardless. That man with that bag that he was trying to make with Manny Pacquiao,
Yep.
he was trying to fight one-eyed. And they told Earl, they was like, look, if you don't get this procedure done, you can lose your eye. That nigga Earl said, I got another eye. Like he knew the bag that he would have made with Manny Pacquiao. That's why I sat there and said, like, look, when you got that type of money on the line, fighters and shit ready to put it all on the line for that. Because if something happens to them, at least they know that their family taken care of. And that's the job of every man out there, is to make sure he cares for their family. Your family won't have no worries. And that's what Earl was trying to do. What's
Hey,
good, Jay Skrill?
hey, I got a question.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, so what do y'all think about this video that's surfacing, man, about the doc talking about
I did a video on it.
You think that's true?
I
I
think it's
know it's true.
clickbait.
I
Huh?
know it's true. We've seen Earl. We've seen the difference in Earl. That's
Man,
why everybody was talking about Earl like he was high or something. No, he got brain damage.
dude, that's like coming out to the fight. I'm like, yo, what's up with this dude's eyes, man? He don't even look all the way there.
I mean, most boxers get like that as they get older.
Yeah.
And you got to realize Earl has a rough style.
Yep.
Where he sits there, he gets hit and he gives out shots. He's a pressure fighter. You feel what I'm saying? Earl took some big shots. Like Emmanuel Larte, Daniel Garcia, like
Yep.
him and the Greco going back and forth. Like Errol has taken some shots to the nose.
Yeah.
And that Ferrari was the Coupe de Gras.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. 30 feet in the air, man.
Yeah, 80 mile an hour going through the window. Like shit. They said that man never box again, but he proved them wrong. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Every paycheck he gets after the car accident is a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I personally, see, I'm definitely pro Spence, right? But I did see some stuff they need to clean up in there for the rematch, man. One thing that concerned me for the past two fights, right, is Earl's stance, right? It's way too wide. And
His balance is off.
Huh?
His balance is off. That's
Yeah,
why he's standing so wide now.
yeah, man. And I'm like, yo, when I saw him face Porter, I was like, yo, that dude, he's changed, man. His whole fighting style's changed, dude. Like tremendous.
You got to realize he got residual brain damage, bro. Like you gonna change. You're not gonna be the same.
Nah, right.
But he's trying to do what he can do for his family because he know he ain't gonna be boxing too much longer. But he's being a man and doing what he got to do.
Yeah. Fucking sucks, dude. Like, damn, I wish
Hey Larry, hold on. Larry, he's still a body snatcher, bro. He just wasn't the best fighter that night. You feel me? He wasn't the best fighter. We not making no excuses of taking nothing away from Bud. Earl might have been fucked up, but Earl got in that ring. So if you got in the ring, that's your damn problem. I mean, once you get in the ring, it's no excuses. We just talking about pre-fight and post-fight.
Yeah.
And we talking about for the future of Earl, how his shit's fucked up and how it's been fucked up, but how motherfuckers will go through shit for the money for their family. Like drug dealers go out there and risk their life and their freedom for the money for their families. Like police officers and firemen, they got some of the most dangerous jobs, but they do it so they can take care of their family, like so they can make money for their family. The people in the army and military, they do all that to make money for their family. And Earl made me even bigger fan, Larry, because that man got up 3 times, and he still didn't want them to stop the fight. He was willing to die in that ring because he has pride.
Right. He
And
didn't quit on his stool. That's for
nope.
sure.
And if
And
you
at
want
the
to get
end of
up,
the
hold on
day,
one
he
second,
just
Key, hold on one second. Anybody want to jump up here with me, Key, and Pierre? Shawala, I got the link right there. Jump up there and come on up here and talk that talk with us. Go ahead, Key.
And then one thing about it too was that even after the fight, he had posted on social media and said his head's still up like a nosebleed. He not making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? He still did the presses. He was walking around still taking pictures and everything else. Like you got, I'm not saying what other people should do, but for me, I gotta commend that because he didn't have to do any of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I just feel like they now have footage of what a bad night looks like, because that's one thing about boxers, especially when you go undefeated for so long, and you accomplish what Errol and Bud has accomplished. You don't really have footage to know what a bad fight could look like, what an outcome could look like. And I truly believe that Derrick wasn't prepared for that. I don't think that they really knew what to do with that.
Derek
But
was
now they
giving him
do.
no. Derek was giving him great damn advice in there to take the angle so you won't be right in front of him. Derek was giving him all the right adjustments.
Facts. Yes, he
It's
was.
just that EJ couldn't comprehend. Like y'all don't understand. The man got hit the second round. Like I
Yep.
said, I used to box. When he got hit the second round, he never recovered. Like his mind got jumbled. He got jarred. And then he kept ducking his head down. It was over with after he got dropped in the second round. Some people say it was behind the head. I think it was behind the ear, right there at the eardrum, where your equilibrium at.
Yep.
Yeah, it
100.
was a concussion.
Yeah. And in football and everything, if you get a concussion, you gotta sit out a whole week.
Yep. The whole week.
And boxers don't get a chance to sit out a whole week. It's a solitary sport. They gotta get up and go back in there. And he couldn't shake it off. Any other time, Bud would have never sat there and say, "Man, come on, get your shit together." He see what was up.
Fight was just so big, dude. It was so big. It's like it happened. So I feel like if Earl didn't get hit in the equilibrium in the second round, the fight would have turned out completely different. I think Earl would have gotten the groove and got his pace going, and it would have been nothing Bud could do.
But
No,
I
I
don't think so. I
respectfully
don't think so
disagree.
because Earl was already smaller than Bud already, bro. Like he was only like 5, 6 pounds over his weigh-in weight, and his arms were small. Like his face was still shrunk in, like he was cutting weight. Like his face didn't even fill out. Like Earl didn't have no strength. Like Bud was tossing around. Like Earl was weak and he had no punching power. He couldn't get leverage on the shots. Like that was a bad camp right there. Like oh no.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, and to piggyback off of what Upper said, um, again, his strength was not there, and he wasn't as quick. Like so, let's say so. Okay, the first round. If you go back and look at the first opening rounds, Terrence blasted off of him. Then he recovered. He felt it. You could tell he felt it.
Earl
He
won the
came.
first round.
Yeah, Earl, and then Earl started walking him down, and I said he's swinging too wide.
Mm.
He was not normally. Earl has quick, but his hands be tight. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
he's still
straight
close to the
shots.
body.
Yeah, he
He was
usually has
swinging
straight
the
ones.
the way that he was swinging in the first round. I said it on Fanon's chat, and I told you this the other day, Upper. I said Earl has to be disciplined for 12 rounds. If he is not disciplined for 12 rounds, this is gonna be over quick. And he needs to stop coming in. He kept being the attacker and the aggressive, trying to get
Bud
Earl
set
to fight on the
traps.
back foot. But the thing is, Earl, and I love him, but he cannot fight on the back foot. There's only so many fighters I've seen do that in a southpaw stance, and that's Pernell, Tank, and Sugar Ray. Earl needs to learn how to do that, and also Bud Crawford. So when he's
Hey,
doing
when
that,
he,
coming
he
as the
fought
aggressor,
he,
it was just
hold on one
bad.
second. He fought Mikey and Danny on the back foot.
It wasn't as nah, it wasn't as.
Yes, he did. And LeBron
Mm,
for a little bit, he was on the back foot. Like
I
Earl
have to go back
fight
and watch
different
that.
ways, but yeah, go back and watch it. He was on the back foot for most of it because he was dipping in, punching, and backing up out of there before they can even get their shot off. And Earl was a lot faster than what he was the other night. But like I said, ain't no excuses. He just had a fucked up fight. Salute, Greedy, what's up?
Hey, what's happening with your upper echelon, man?
Yeah, but let Keith finish her talk. Then you can go ahead and say what you got to say, brother.
Oh
Already,
well, I was
already.
just gonna say that from the first round up, by him having them wild swings and being the aggressor, not letting the fight come to him, it was just you know what I'm saying. It just wasn't a disciplined fight with a Bud Crawford. He should have known that you have to be very disciplined because once you take it up a notch, Bud is gonna take it up a notch.
Yep.
And he just wasn't disciplined. And I would like to see if there is a rematch, what Derrick would have to do. And I will end with this to let everybody else cook. I think that now that Tank is home, I would like to see Tank spar EJ.
I like that.
He needs to spar EJ because for this fight, Bud was sparring Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Derrick, I'm calling up Coach Calvin them and saying we need Tank.
Well, you got Ryan and Frank Martin in there.
They're not Tank. He
They not.
needs Tank.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tank is a monster.
What up, yo, upper echelon? Salute to the panel.
Salute. What's good with you?
Chilling, man. Still feeling depressed over this shit, but you know it's all good.
Shit, don't be depressed. That man rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That man got about 40 million. Don't be depressed for him. Shit.
Nah, for real.
Well, you know what?
What's going on?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. What's going on, Greedy?
What's going on with your upper, man? Long time subscriber, man. I've been listening to you for a minute, man. I be checking you out on Pool Counter Boxing, Knockout TV Boxing, man. King Judah, man. I've been checking you out for a long time, man. I appreciate what you're doing for the sport. You know what I'm saying? This is my co-host in here, man, Ray from Gritty Glove Boxing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we
Appreciate you, man.
You know, we coming to spread the word, man. Show you some love, bro. You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Go with it, upper echelon. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
What's up to the chat room, man?
What's up to the panel, man?
What up, though?
Yeah,
Salute,
man. We
King.
want to cook on this shit, man. Man, we know we didn't see the best version of Errol in that fight. You know what I'm saying? We know coming in from the locker room, we didn't see the best version. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we want to see the rematch, man. We want to see what he come back and do on the rematch, because we feel like the one-sided beat down that was received by Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? That shit was a fluke to me. You know. But I
Yeah.
give Crawford all the credit. I give Crawford all the credit in the world, man, for going out there and doing what he's supposed to do, showing that he's pound for pound number one. Going out there showing that, you know what I'm saying, that he got the skills and the ability to take advantage, you know what I'm saying, of anything Earl made a mistake on. You know what I'm saying? So, we just want to give flowers, man. We want to give flowers to you, man.
Bro, I really appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's up, Box Talk 101?
What's up, man? I just want to ask a question, man. What y'all think about the game plan of Spence in that fight, man? Because I said it to my partner a couple of days before. We kind of studied the fight a little bit, man. And we said that if Crawford comes out southpaw, man, he was gonna take away Earl's jab and really give Earl a lot of problems, man. Everybody's used to seeing Crawford with that slap jab, and this time it was a power jab, and I don't think Earl had nothing for it, man. So I just want to know what y'all think about the game plan of Derrick James in that fight, man.
See what Derrick James does, bro. He prepares his fighter for himself. Like, he prepares his fighter to do what he needs to do, and when they in the fight, Derrick James adjusts to his opponent. The thing is getting your fighter ready. Make sure you know holes in your fighter's game. And then when you go against your opponent, then you see what they're doing, and you give them a round-by-round adjustment. Derrick James was giving Earl the right adjustments. Earl just couldn't comprehend and couldn't complete the task because, his delivery was off, and the man just couldn't complete it. Derrick James was telling the real shit. Get angles. Don't stand in front of him. Go to the left so you're not right there with his power head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can coach a motherfucker all you want to, but you can't make them do what you tell them, especially if a man incoherent or drunk and shit like that with head trauma. They're going to do what they can. That's why, if y'all remember, Earl just said, fuck it, and tried to just bull rush Terrence Crawford, like bull rush him.
Yeah.
Throwing those weak ass punches. Like his
ran right into some shit.
Yeah, his arms was weak as hell. And
Yeah.
like Earl, like I said, Earl don't accept clinches. He was happy as hell when Terrence Crawford clinched him. And I'll let the rest of them answer that. Y'all go ahead. Y'all can take the go ahead. Greedy, then Pierre.
All right.
I mean Greedy, AD, Pierre, and Key. Y'all go ahead and answer this question. Go ahead.
Man, I feel like Derrick James had the game plan down, bro. But I feel like his fighter couldn't take advantage of what the game plan was. I feel like his fighter was not in the best condition or the best shape to take advantage of what, Derrick James was trying to tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Derrick James one of the best coaches in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like Derrick James had his fighter unprepared to come in there and take on the Terrence Crawford, the biggest fight of his career. I do not feel like Derrick James would short that man like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Derrick James is very cerebral, man. You know what I'm saying? And he got a game plan when he come in there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people on my channel, they be like, he didn't have a game plan A, B, C, or D, or whatever. Man, I feel like Derrick James had that boy prepared. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like his fighter couldn't take advantage of what he was trying to tell him to do. And I feel like, he went back to the bases and what, the fighter went back to the bases and what he know how to do. And, and shit, the shit didn't work out for him, man. He didn't have the strength. He was weak in there. His balance was off. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he just couldn't take advantage of what his coach was telling him to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I pass this shit on to the next panel.
Before you go, AD, John Kramer said, go back and watch the fight. Listen to DJ tell Earl the instructions, and Earl said, I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying, man.
Nah.
I'm trying. Earl ain't never said I'm trying to do something. He just couldn't get it
Yeah.
going. That's what was
Yeah,
going on.
he
He
do
couldn't
it.
get it.
He go and do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like he couldn't do it that night. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is, man. We're gonna catch the rematch at 54.
All right, go ahead, AD.
Man, I don't really know what to say, man. Shit, it's you know, Terrence won, so hey, I don't have no build on that.
I agree, man.
All right, Pierre.
Nah, I agree with him. I really don't have nothing to say. I just feel like he got the best of him. It got messy real early, and that that dictated the whole fight. So I would say at 54, I would like to see what Errol can do there, man. Like with the weight advantage, I would like to see a fresh Errol. Hopefully it makes some adjustments this training camp. I feel like DJ. I feel like he gonna have him more prepared this time. That's what I have.
All right. Go ahead, Keith.
Um, Patience is a virtue, and I just spoke on it.
Mm.
I feel as though from the opening rounds, if you go back and watch Earl with Ugas and Danny Garcia and everything, Earl was very patient in the early rounds. And I will continue to say this over and over again. I feel as though once Earl became the aggressor and got it going, because he looked as though he was the bully. And it took Bud to download him in about 30 to 40 seconds. Once the second round came on, it was nothing that Earl could do. That headshot, that knock,
Come here.
that hit that he hit him with before the knockdown really threw off his game. And I don't think, to
I'm
be
just trying.
honest with you, huh? Oh, I don't think that he was expecting that. I mean, you never get expected to get knocked down, but I don't think he was expecting or respecting Bud's power. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that if he would have fought a more patient fight and really have let it to come on to him, starting with the first and the second round, because if you go back and look at those first two rounds before the knockdown, he was the aggressor. He was the bully. And that can work for other fighters, but you cannot do that for someone that downloads the way that Bud reads his opponent. And we know that Earl reads his opponent. So maybe it was a lack of respect there. Maybe Earl just thought like, okay, I'm finna just try to go in and break him down. But you can't do that to someone of a caliber that's your elite, because just like Earl cleaned out the division, Bud helped him do it too. Whether they was fighting the same opponents or whatever the case may go, he helped them do it too. So I think that patience is a virtue. Do I believe that Derrick James is going to have a better game plan if they rematch? Absolutely. Because now, like I said, you don't expect your fighters to lose, but when they lose and they lose as badly, now you can see what needs to be corrected. I do not recommend Earl to fight in December. I feel as though his mental and his emotional needs at least until December to recover, and he can get something in the spring or in the summer. If he can get that contract pushed back, that's if, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that stuff work. Um, but I don't think that it'll be good for him, because what can you truly learn and retain from now until December when you are already, because at the end of the day, when stuff like that happens, you go back to what you know, your fundamentals, and his fundamentals are not there right now. That's what was shown on Saturday. He needs a full several months to really get back into the groove of that. And he needs hard fighters with him. That's why I said he needs to spar Tank. He needs to spar. I would throw David Morrell in there. He needs to spar these people to really get that going.
He got
You know what I'm
Jamel
saying?
Charlo.
Yeah, he got Charlo. Definitely.
Nah, he needs, I'm sorry. He needs some other fighters.
You need somebody crafty as Crawford.
Exactly. He needs somebody that know how to set traps. Bud was saying there was a point, I think it was in the
Jamel
first.
Charlo can set traps now.
No,
Absolutely.
if you go
Absolutely.
back and look at the fourth, or is it the fourth or the fifth round, when Bud was he put up his high guard
Mm-hmm.
and Earl swung. And by the time Earl swung, Bud was on the other side. That, I don't care. Like, even though Bud pushed him in the first round and he stumbled back, in my opinion, that was the most embarrassing right there. Because how do you do, like, Earl missed I mean, he wasn't even there anymore. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
I agree.
Craftiness, like the way he moved. Like, no, he needs he need Morale in he needs some people in the to spar him.
I,
He's
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but what if what if the rematch do happen and then Earl end up knocking him out? Because we have saw that in boxing before. We have saw boxers get knocked out and then come right back and knock the other person out.
Okay, but were they on Bud's level?
They probably, yeah, they Hall of Famers. I'm talking about I forgot my man name.
I
I
got
know who you're I know what you're talking about. It's just that I don't know. It's everything
I
that I
mean,
saw from Bud that night, like I just told Upper Echelon a few moments ago. I love Spence. It's always gonna be Team Spence. Um, but from 147 to 154, man, I won't be surprised if everybody started trying to call for other fights so that they could avoid that man. For real, for real.
I'm gonna still be. I want to care if they fought 10 times. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for EJ all 10 times. So
and down
I
all
think
day
Same,
long.
same.
I think Charlo gives him a better fight. Me personally, I think Charlo is more equipped to fight a Bud than Earl was. Earl looked at flat footed. He kept pressing. Like she said, he wasn't patient, and he looked like he couldn't stop the right hand. If he do get sparring, he needs southpaws, man. He could not stop that jab all night. That 1-2-1 was trouble for him all night long.
yeah, but the thing about it is, in every profession, whatever you do, people have off nights, man. It was a DTE worker that got electrocuted.
Hey, nah, for real.
So
But an off night on one of the biggest nights of
Hey,
boxing.
that can
that shit
happen.
happens.
That can happen.
We got to look at
What
the
people, what
Deontay
people
Wilder.
don't
We got to
realize,
look at the
no, what
Deontay
people don't
Wilder
realize
fight.
is right. That's why Earl didn't. That's why I feel like Earl didn't take a tune-up fight. You feel what I'm saying? Because I felt like what y'all don't realize about neurological diseases and damage, right? It gets worse after time.
Yep.
That's why Earl not taking no fight but
Right.
Bud or a big fight, because the next fight could expose that. It showed how bad his shit really was.
Right,
That's why he
Yeah,
absolutely.
didn't mind sitting
yeah,
back because he wanted to get his big payday. Now, if we seen Earl fighting the Stadiotis or somebody like that, and his balance is off, and damn Stadiotis beat him or something because he looked like he did against Bud. Then he just messed up the church's money. He just took the church's money to the strip club and fumbled the bag. So
right.
that's why
Then they gonna have something to say about that.
Earl did not fight nobody else but Bud. He
Right.
wasn't fighting Thurman because Thurman went in the big money fight. That's why he stood to his guns and waited for Bud because he knew that was his Vegas moment. And that's why he did that. That's why he didn't get no tune-ups or nothing. Because, come on now, you know your fighter. And they knew that he was messed up. And they weren't about to risk that. I'm sorry. I know it's wrong. I
Right.
just know that Earl wasn't about to risk it. So he waited for Bud. He made it to the fight. He tried to put up a good effort, but hey, he made his money. His family taken care of. Now, 154, he don't have to starve his brain as much because once you take like when you start getting down to like 35 and 30%, that's when you start taking the fluid out your brain as well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he won't have to do as much at 154, and his brain can stay active and healthy.
That's if his face holds up, man. It looked like he was getting busted up by jabs against Crawford, man. The scar tissue in his face, man, is you can
I think
see
they
it.
posted a
Hey,
picture.
Jabs is bruising
Posted
him.
a picture,
hey,
man. His
weight
face
train.
look good.
Being weight train got a lot to do with that though.
I think his face. I think he just posted a picture. His face, all right.
Yeah.
Shit healed
Yeah, his
fast.
face, his face, the swelling went down.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
But
it was just that
did
night.
y'all
You
see
know what I'm saying?
did
Yeah.
y'all see how bony his face was?
Yeah.
Right, right,
Everything. Look like
right,
a
You notice that the man didn't hydrate all the way. Like his face was
right.
still bony. It didn't fill out.
Mm,
So that
Ah,
means
so
his brain, his
mm.
yeah,
brain didn't get the damn shit that it needed.
right,
And
right.
what really trips me out, man, is that Crawford fans are still upset. I mean, it's just like,
Right, right,
it's like the fuck. I say, dog, y'all supposed to be happy, man. I went on a Crawford show and I said, I'm
oh
here to eat
man.
my crow. Man, they fuck you. I'm a real nigga. I'm like, man, nigga, real niggas only end up saying you a real nigga. It's like Pinocchio saying he a real boy.
You know what I'm talking about?
I want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
nobody. Know why they saying that? They saying that because they see the same thing we see. He had an off
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
Right,
definitely,
They
right.
know.
They
definitely,
know. They already know what it is,
definitely.
man.
He was not 100%.
They
They know
already
that.
know what it is,
You
bro.
think about it. They watch EJ just how we watch him. They like, man.
Right, right.
They already
Man,
know. It. They know. They know it.
They
50.
they feel like EJ cheated them a good win.
yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
yeah.
Name somebody.
I just don't
That's how they
Yeah,
appreciate
feel.
that's
them calling.
exactly. Yeah,
I just don't appreciate them calling him, like even the trainers are saying, "Oh, well, we told y'all he was a basic fighter." Like that's what gets me. Like, don't disrespect. Like I can, y'all. I mean, I see the memes on the YouTube videos of Crawford punching him in the face and him down. Like I get it. Clickbait. I understand y'all. Again, that was a wonderful, masterful win. You feel me? But to say that he's basic and everything else, like come on, man. Like
yeah.
this is still the same man that helped clear out a division. Like y'all not gonna disrespect him like that.
Nah, for real. Like this boy gonna come in there and just get beat one sided, bro. Domination worse than any other fighter that Terrence Crawford ever them fought.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, nah, we not.
Hank Lundy had more.
Come on, we know what
Hank
we
Lundy
see.
landed
Hey,
more than Earl
Chillville.
did.
Shawai posted the link, Chillville. You can hop up here, bro.
Hey, how everybody doing tonight?
How you
Yeah,
So
doing,
don't
first
man?
of
hop up here,
all,
Blessings, King.
chill, Bill.
Blessings.
shout out to the whole chat and the panel. I just got one thing I just want to say. You know what I mean? I know everybody giving Bud his flowers and everything, and I get that. But at the same time, you telling me that David Avenesia
you.
done better than Errol Spence? Hey man, something is wrong.
Oh, David Avenetia,
Errol
man, David
Thank
Avenetia
you,
got
brother.
knocked the fuck out.
Errol Spence did not look like
Thank,
himself. If you go
thank.
back and look at the fight before this fight, when he was walking to the ring with Ugas, Look at his eyes. Look at his face. Something was wrong with Errol. Errol's not telling he just gonna go ahead and let that ride, because he being a man about it. But at the same time, something is wrong that Errol's not telling us. He don't want to
And
make excuses. I get it.
these
Yeah,
No.
Bud fans don't want to admit that.
Earl, check this out. Earl is a man. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
And fighters fight hurt all the time, just like football players, sports players fight hurt. I mean, play hurt. They don't make excuses. If you get in that ring, hey, you know what you signed up for. Earl got his ass whooped. That's what happened. Now, pre and post fight, yeah, he looked messed up because he got neurological damage. He's been had it. It's getting worse. But we're not gonna stop him. If that man wants to get in that ring to try to fight for a bag to take care of his family, who are we to try to stop him?
Thank
Like
No.
old ass man, he knows the risk before he gets in there. So he knew the risk. This man's willing to die to make sure his family is okay. And I respect that. You gotta respect that right there. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not making excuses, so y'all shouldn't either. I mean, yes, something's wrong with him, and I hope he gets most of it fixed. But I'm gonna tell you like this nutritionist, he slipped up and said something about it. He sat there and said, giving Earl brain food. You feel me? But then he's talking about it's for his eye. Like he slipped up. But
Mhm.
Earl, they not gonna make him not fight anyway because this is his biggest payday. He set this shit
Mhm.
up.
True.
I mean, like he did
Sure.
all these little fights to get this big payday for him and his family. So I respect what happened. I'm not taking nothing away from Bud. Bud became legendary. Hey, whenever you get that fight ring, like Mark Masayo, he got in there with Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell, I felt won that fight with one arm. But you got one arm. Hey, you got the ring doing that. So hey, you take what come with it. But still, I felt like Gary Russell beat that boy. But it's all right.
I'm gonna say this: if he would have took
Hold
that fight, if he
If I'm
would have took that fight after
hold on,
the
bro.
Ugas fight, we'd be talking
Hold
about something
on.
different right
You
now.
hold on 1 second. Let my man Chill Bill speak. He just got up here. Let him
Hey,
speak real quick.
what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
How you doing,
How's
man?
it going,
Yeah,
Chill?
ain't nothing to it, man. I just want to say a few things. I'm a Team Crawford 100%. I was at the fight. I was at the weigh-in. Now, and I'm a boxing fan. I love boxing, and I must say, I'm like I said again, I'm Team Crawford. I know that something was off with Earl Spence.
Thank you.
And I want to say this. Hey, I want to say this.
Thank
This my thing.
you.
This the thing
That's
that
it.
this
Hey,
the
that's
thing
real.
that got
That's
me.
real right there.
This is
That's
what
real
really
right there.
got me pissed off.
Let him go.
You know, a lot of us play sports in high school and everything. And I don't know if y'all been to the league or not like that. But in high school, in college, in the NFL, in the pro, don't the doctors and stuff give you a physical before you go perform? So I want to know why in the hell did they approve him to make this fight if they knew something was wrong with him? And let me tell you how I
Okay.
know for go.
You want me to tell you why, Chill? Let me tell you one thing right here, right? You done fought your whole life these other fights. And now this is the biggest fight. This is a fight that's going to garner $100 million. You can't take that from that man. And ain't nobody going to be the person to take him away from him. Like, he tried to fight Manny Pacquiao with the messed up eye. And he even said, hell, I got another eye. Like,
Right.
if you got that type of money, you can get a doctor to sign off on it. A doctor
Right.
will sign off.
Hey, but
Pete,
listen. Hey,
Pete shot.
excuse me, bro. I want to say
My
this.
bad.
I'm not saying not take the fight, but why couldn't they push it back?
The same reason why Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather with that hurt arm, that bag, man.
That man Pacquiao arm wasn't hurt, man. Pacquiao arm wasn't hurt,
I don't
man.
know that. I don't know that. Like Floyd said, you should have said that. You should have said that shit before the fight. I would have postponed it. That's
You
what
know why
Floyd
they
said.
ain't postponed it?
It
Because
wouldn't have
Now,
mattered anyway.
Because he
hold
It wouldn't have
ain't want to
mattered
try.
anyway.
I think he
Let
didn't
me
want to
talk
take
on
that
this.
risk of
Let me
saying some
talk on
shit
the
like that,
subject.
and they calling it all the way off.
All right, hold on for a second.
hey,
The reason why they already had problems making the fight.
right.
Now, push the fight back. Who's to say that the fight might not even happen?
Yes,
So,
sir.
trying to make this
True.
fight for over 16 months. They
Yes, sir.
finally got. They said, "Fuck that." They gonna take it right now. Earl got his bag, Terrence got his bag. They both got over 40 million.
Talk about it.
The man walked out the ring. He still got. I mean, he walked out the ring. He's rich now. Hey, he survived.
Right. Hey, let me ask you this question up Exelon, bro. Well, let me tell you this here. I was down in Vegas with a couple of my partners, and they very, very well to do. And if I get your information, I'm seeing these text messages. One of my guys was on a private flight back to Dallas with Errol Spence camp, and he was sitting by Errol Spence's little cousin. Errol Spence's little cousin told him that Errol Spence camp knew something was wrong with him before the fight. Man, I damn near started crying when he texted me that.
So
I
let me
figured
ask
that
you.
anyway, bro. I
Can
figured
I
that
cook right
anyway
quick?
because if y'all watch the if you watched it, I didn't really pay attention to it. But if you watch the damn media workout, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
When Derrick James hit him with the mitt.
Yeah, because he had no head movement.
Yeah, and
He did it.
remember
He hit him twice.
he
He hit him
lost
twice up there, Simon.
Kept landing left hands on him.
Sure did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kept landing left hands on him.
And then you remember he stumbled after Derrick James tapped him in the head too.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all go back and watch he loses his balance. Derrick James hits him. I put my number private chat too, Chill.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I want to thank you, Upper Salon. I'm gonna check you out. I love you. I love your channel. I love you. And thank the panel and everything for letting me step on here tonight and speak. I catch you over there when you come up there and speak on Fanon channel. You won't speak nothing but the truth. This is a great channel, and I will be a follower. And it's not my last time coming through. Thank you, man.
I appreciate that, King.
Salute,
Peace and
King.
blessings, King.
Salute to you, bro.
Hey, can I say something about the y'all still going around the panel up echelon?
I mean, it's an open panel now. Go ahead.
All right. So what I wanted, like a lot of folks say, I agree that the only thing I say that was wrong with Earl, because I'm a die hard boxing fan. I say that he didn't it was the anticipation is what he didn't train for. I heard Big George Foreman's interview. Big George Foreman say if Errol Spence did more bullying than boxing, he would have beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford. And he got it in a rematch. He got it reversed. He was like, it ain't over for Terrence. He hear all what the neurologist saying. He hear what people saying about a one-sided fight. But in a rematch, he got Errol Spence dominate the same. He got it reversed. Cause he said if he trained Errol to go in and just maul, you know what I'm saying? Cause he's strong enough and he got enough skills to not wait around for Terrence Crawford to react. He was waiting for too many reactions. The way Terrence Crawford was placing his hands, he was sitting there watching it, and like Mike Tyson said, if you sit there and watch a person like Terrence Crawford, hand movement, he'll catch you sleeping.
You love to sleep.
You know what I'm saying? And what happened to me, I feel like Errol Spence, when he had that same mentality George Foreman had as far as going in there to dominate Terrence Crawford. I just don't think he anticipated the quickness of Terrence Crawford. Or y'all ever fought somebody when y'all was young, or maybe when y'all go to the gym and spar a little bit, y'all fought somebody that was scary and they'll punch you and they punch, you know what I'm saying? They punch from different angles and shit, and your coach will tell you, watch out for you get caught with one of them motherfuckers that'll knock your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Because they fighting scared. And I ain't saying Terrence Crawford was fighting scared, but he was fighting more cautious, and him fighting cautious put him on cat-like reflexes.
I think that Terrence fighting at the southpaw position, even early at 100% would have had trouble with that. That 1-2.
Nah, I feel like early
that
at
1-2 was
100%.
perfect.
This is what y'all got to realize, right? Terrence Crawford had 100% use of his muscles. He was even able
there you go.
Right.
He was even able to put up 5 pounds of more muscle. You feel me?
Right.
While Earl has to cut his shit. And that's why I say they have weight classes for a reason. When people talk about somebody's a weight bully, that's an oxymoron. Because you can't be a weight bully and you cutting weight.
Exactly.
because you'll
You
never
don't.
get full percentage of your muscles. If Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford has the same skill set, they on the same level, right? Terrence Crawford gets to use 100% of his muscles, and Earl gets to use 40 or 35 or 40% of his muscles. He's gonna get dog walk every time. But
Every
if you
time.
get a less elite opponent, then it's a big difference. But when you got somebody that's just as good or maybe a little bit better than you have to need all your strength and all your muscles. See, at 154, EJ will be able to use a higher percentage of his muscles. And he have more strength.
You got
I
a point.
think
What
that's probably why Devin Haney ain't knocking nobody out because he's weight trained. And
Yeah.
what about this up echelon? They say the brain is the last part to hydrate. You can hydrate your body up, but the brain is the last part to hydrate because
it is.
it's mainly water, mostly water up there. And if you drain it all out, it's the last part to like your muscle retention, something like that. Says
Yeah.
Salute, Keith.
pull all the water from you when you're working out, and it's the last part to rehydrate.
Nah.
Hey, salute to my man, Everything Boxing. If y'all not subscribed to him, make sure y'all subscribe to Keith, Everything Boxing.
Shout out to Everything Boxing.
Shout out.
That man right there be keeping me in the know-how. That man be having that. He be having that good cook over there. That man
Hmm.
sees everything going down.
Nah, for
Everything
real.
going down.
Oh, yeah.
I get my daily news from him when I ain't paying attention.
Hmm.
I check out a lot of boxing. I check out a lot of y'all stations. But what really ticks me off with a lot of the stations,
And salute Rick Timms.
what ticks me off with a lot of stations, especially after the fight, man, it's like why y'all keep posting, the fucked up shit about about the fight. Y'all post the EJ face all fucked all
You
up.
know it's a fight game, man. You see how they did Ugas,
I
and
mean, look, I'm gonna tell
they
you like
did
this.
Wilder the same way. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
everybody.
you like this, right?
They
Adrian
did
Broner was the worst
Ryan. Yep.
People,
with that
hold on,
with his
hold on,
hand
hold on,
like
hold on,
this,
hold on,
crying. He was
hold on
crying
one
going to the
second,
back
right?
of the thing.
Hold on for 1 second, bro. People are natural haters. You feel what I'm saying? Stephen Fulton said this the most the people in his city has spoke to him. Like he said he done
Dang,
got a
that's heavy.
championship, he done unified, and he said I done got a championship and unified. This is the most people ever talked about me now. Like people ain't saying shit when I unified or none of that right there. It's like people wait to see a downfall. But
Yeah.
like I told
Hmm.
y'all can look at Earl Spence's face and see his face didn't rehydrate. Like Earl didn't rehydrate. I even did a video, put him side by side. Him in
That's
the
why he
ring.
was sweating like that, man, huh?
Hold on. Him inside the ring and him at the weigh-in. He probably gained a good 5 pounds on rehydration. Like
Nah,
it was
for
a
real.
problem with that rehydration. Earl's usually the bigger guy. And
Yeah.
see, he wasn't the
Yeah.
bigger guy right there. And and that shot to the side of the head, that right there, that messed his equilibrium all the way up because he's already got trauma to the head. And then you compound that with some more blunt force trauma, like, hey, it was out of it. But see, that man still showed me he was a warrior
Real
because
shit.
he kept getting back up.
He
And
went out on his
said,
feet.
you can't get mad at him, you can't fault him because he did all this fighting just to get his big fight. Like I said
Yeah.
before, he was willing to lose his eye to fight Manny Pacquiao because he doing all this for his family. And see, ain't nobody trying to stop that man from getting his bag. He got his bag, and I appreciate all the fights that he gave me. But like I said, at 154, he'll get more use of his muscles. See, Terrence Crawford's the natural smaller guy, so he's a natural welterweight walking around. See, Crawford ain't have to lose about like 15 pounds, including that 5 pounds he put on there.
Yep.
So see, his muscles are solid. He get to use the full percentage of his muscles. Like he's a strong, solid individual. While Earl is sitting there cutting weight and cutting water to get down to that size. So his muscles are depleted. And you can see from his little ass arms when he was throwing them shots. Earl he didn't rehydrate right. And he been at 147 too long. But he kept his word. He made this fight and he fought this fight for us. He
Yep.
took his punishment and that ass whooping for us because he promised us that's what he was gonna do. Like he should have moved up after the Danny Garcia fight, he should have moved up. But that's why I call that man the truth. He keep his word. He does what he say he gonna do, and I don't even care. Just like Roy Jones lost, he steals my nigga. It's man down till I stand down. You feel me?
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, dude.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah, that EJ can take a punch, Jack. And that's why I don't think that'll happen to him again by nobody.
Nah,
Oh no, because he got pride. That
Yeah,
man has pride.
and he don't felt some elite power. Nobody couldn't get next to him
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Upper echelon. The reason why myself personally, as a boxing fan, said niggas talk about. I'm like, I seen Errol Spence do things in different fights, so I knew that he got more skills than that. The thing about it is, nobody never popped him and rocked him like that. So the whole little the balance thing happened. You know what I'm saying? It did
Danny
happen. The hard
Garcia,
jab, everything
they
happened.
said Danny
Everything
Garcia
happened, but
was
I
the
don't think that
hardest
shit
hit
will happen
welterweight.
ever again to do.
They said Danny Garcia was the hardest hit welterweight. He caught Earl straight on the chin, and
plus,
Earl ate that shit twice.
plus,
Mm.
And
plus.
Emmanuel Larte, 15-0, knockout puncher, caught Earl. Boom. Earl's been caught with some big shots, but
Man,
never seen him take one right there behind the ear.
that
Right.
He
first,
got hit
that first,
behind
that
the
Double
first,
ear
right
right
that
there.
hooks.
first knockdown was an arm.
Double right
Them were
hooks.
two arm
On the neck,
punches.
right down the neck between the chin and the
Yeah,
shoulder.
Yep, that's
Mm-hmm.
right there where
them
your
were two
equilibrium at.
arm punches, man.
Without
Yeah.
your equilibrium, you have no balance.
Yeah, yeah. And that what was wrong. He was out balance.
just like Deontay
He
Wilder.
had no balance, no legs. Yeah,
And you
just
know,
like
Tyson
He
Wilder.
got
Fury
that
caught him by
goddamn.
his ear too.
He
Tyson
got
Fury
that.
caught
Hey,
Deontay
hey.
by his
Yeah,
ear.
yeah,
He seen Robert Helenius try to take them legs away from Deontay Wilder. Malik Scott showed him how to swing on the back foot, knocked his ass out doing that
yeah,
shit, trying
yeah.
to take his legs away from him.
Tyson Fury did, but he ain't the same athlete that Tyson Fury is, so he ran into an ass whooping.
Nah,
Yep.
for real.
Hey, but, salute to the panel, man. I'm checking out. I
Salute.
got to get up in the morning, go to work.
Hey,
Salute
Rick
to you, man.
Tibbs, we not taking nothing away from Buzz Win. We just talked about Earl before and after the fight. That's all. Ain't nothing taken away from. Ain't nobody taking nothing from Bud. Bud is legendary. He's 2 times undisputed. I
Yep.
mean, put yourself in that situation to get your ass whooped. Hey, take it on the chin. We just talk
Yep.
about, some shit that. Hey, we just talk about how it is.
Man, when I first met Upper Echelon, that's all we used to say, man. Get in the ring, get beat up. Like, if you that good. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you that good, shit. It don't matter.
Earl already said 50% of him is better than 100% of these welterweights.
Nah,
So
for
he
Yep.
real.
felt like he felt like 50% of him was better than Crawford.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Because his
yeah.
50% been beating all these other welterweights.
Right,
Well,
right.
now he see 50% of himself.
Yeah, he said that shit too.
Yeah, he
He
said
said that
50%.
shit.
He said
He
50%
was
of
like,
me.
shit. I knew I wasn't all the way right, but shit, fuck it. I'm going there and do what I do.
Because, like I said, Earl has to live by and die by what he said.
Nah, for real, cause he
He
the truth.
said 50.
Yes, sir.
Salute Motorsports. He said 50% of me is better than 100% of these welterweights.
Yeah,
So he got in the ring with Crawford, and he was 50% and got beat. Shit,
yeah. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
he been
I'm just
fighting everybody
surprised
else.
that's
He
my
fought
bad.
everybody else at 50%. So we can't make an excuse about his 50% now. But I'm just
Right,
saying,
right,
he wasn't 100%, but he ain't been
right,
100%.
right.
So that's the way he been fighting. So ain't no excuse. Rick, Tim.
And to also piggyback off of what Upper said, um, Rick, he was definitely Bud was definitely the best man of that night. I mean, everything that you could have thought of, that how to get a person up out of the I put that, I would say his performance on Saturday night, Bud Crawford,
Floyd got it.
would be one of those tapes that you watch for up and coming boxers to see how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no denying that. So I give Bud 100% of his of the respect that he deserves. Shout out to his team. That was just an excellent display of what it means to be ready. And I knew when they did the standoff and Errol looked away first and Bud stood behind him and and mugged him the way that he did. I was like, oh, okay, he feeling something. But it's not to take. But I will say this: I've
Hold on
seen
one
Earl
second.
fight better.
Hold on one second. G-Man, I've been giving Bud his credit this whole time, bro. What are you talking about? Go ahead, Keith.
But I will say that I've seen Earl look better. But the better man won. He took everything. He did not stop the fight. If there was something wrong with Earl, he
What
still went out there and did what he was supposed to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
say
what
Yeah,
you
Hey,
that's
hey,
what
and
I
what
hey,
said
you
too. He
agree?
handled
hey.
his business. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Every time I don't watch the fight at least 3 times now, and that's the only thing I can say is that he wasn't ready for the Terrence Crawford's timing. You know what I'm saying? He did that thing was like way faster than what he saw before. Now I ain't saying Sean Porter ain't fast, Kell Brook ain't fast. I ain't saying none of that. But the way that Bud uh
Was
uh,
that
uh,
bullet
uh
right hand, that fucking jab,
yeah, like
man?
He
that
turned
that
that
right
jab
there,
into a
and
straight right.
then how you know what Floyd Mayweather said the best, how you when you to you smother somebody's jab that way, and you smother somebody's
Yeah.
jab and you get your strong hand off. Terrence
Take it
Crawford
away.
did that. He did that well. I thought EJ was gonna goddamn send some more uppercuts on his ass
I,
when he go
He
into the
didn't
high
throw
I
guard.
one.
But
thought he was gonna
That's
stick with
DJ.
enough
I'm just
hand
saying.
movement.
That's
Let me
DJ.
know something.
yeah,
Hold 1 second.
What up, boy? This
Before
Norton.
before the
Yeah, he
fight
didn't throw
start,
no
bro,
uppercuts. He
hold
didn't
on
throw
one
no
second, bro.
straights.
Hold
He
on one
wasn't even
second.
protecting. I don't even
that's
know if
right,
Nardi,
did
Nardy.
y'all
hold
pay
on,
attention.
bro. Hold
Huh?
on. Y'all both talking. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all both speak, but hold on 1 second. Before the fight, I told everybody, right? I said Bud is a southpaw that's right-handed. A
Yeah,
southpaw's kryptonite is a straight right. I
Yeah.
said Bud has his jab hand, his strong hand. So anybody he fights, their jab will be their least dominant hand. So his is
Shotgun.
like 100-mile-an-hour fastball, while he used to time
Shotgun, man.
80-mile-an-hour fastball.
yeah,
That's why he used to switch stances. He'd be an orthodox, so you get used to the speed and the timing of his least dominant hand. Then he'll switch into southpaw, and now you done got timing for his other hand. His right hand is much faster and stronger.
yeah.
Yeah.
But with Earl, he just had his dominant hand there, and he was hitting him he would parry Earl's jab and shoot that
Shoot over
straight
the
right out
top.
there. So while
Right
Earl's
over the
pulling his
top.
jab back, let me finish, bruh. So while Earl was pulling the jab back, he was shooting that damn jab right there. So as he was pulling back, he was getting hit. Y'all go ahead, man.
Hey, I just want to say one thing, man. Pretty like I say, Earl, for him, in order for him to beat a guy like Bud, he got to match him. He got to match that speed. That's all I can say. I say Earl will beat. I say nobody else will give Earl the problem that Crawford gave him.
I think he got to match that timing, bro. Timing
Yeah,
beats
yeah.
speed.
Timing
That
beat
I
timing
think
speed.
he
crazy,
got.
man.
I think his
Timing
timing got to
offset
be
speed.
on point, bro. It's because that's what Bud was doing. He was timing arrow jab, and he was so much quicker than him. And with his timing, he was soon as he seen Errol's shoulder move to throw the jab, he was parrying and throwing
That's
his
what
jab and getting his head
that's
off the
what Big
line.
George said. Big
Yeah.
George said it like this, Nardy. He said, Terrence Crawford got eyes, and when you
Mhm.
got eyes, you pretty much a lot of times somebody fast and strong, you can slow that stuff. It's like it's coming in slow motion, you know. And when it coming in slow motion like that, he able to time it. That's why he said Errol Spence should have stayed busy. Cause long as he got eyes, he could see everything. He could see everything coming and react to it, and he was reacting to everything that Errol Spence did. You know,
Yeah.
Errol
Yeah.
Spence should have just, but Big George said he should have just kept going. He should have just went in on his ass. But that I think
Could've
that's
got
what
him.
got him hit with the stiff jab, Big George.
Yeah,
If
he
you
would have
listen,
got tore up. I don't think it was nothing he could do in that fight to propel himself to victory because of the sharpness of Terrence Crawford and
yeah,
the reaction, the gap in their reaction time and reflexes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't. That was the worst EJ I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't making no excuses, and I'm cool with that. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I got an unpopular opinion on the whole matter, bro. And this really don't even got nothing to do with the fight. Like I give him that Errol Spence win, that's cool. But I don't respect them niggas, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. Bud Crawford, his team, none of them niggas, and it's the way he maneuvered through boxing, bro. Listen to me real quick. If I'm a championship fighter, right, I get a belt in 2017. I don't challenge one motherfucking other champion. It's a whole nother side of the street with all the best fighters. I re-signed to this other side on purpose because I know that if I don't fight none of you niggas and all of y'all fight each other, by the time the dust clear, whoever come out of there with the belts, nigga, you gonna gonna be limping, nigga. You gonna be half a person, bro. Now tell me which one of them niggas he fought before anybody. He fought Sean Porter last. He fought Kell Brook last. He fought Errol Spence last. And not only did he fight Errol Spence last, he dragged the fight on to make sure that he had a long layoff. Now, like I said, I'm not taking away from the man win, bro. I'm from a place, bro, where how you move give you more respect than even wins and losses, my nigga. So when I see somebody moving like that, when I see somebody,
Let me ask you, Martin. Did
what's up?
the same
Hold on.
scenario happen between George and Muhammad Ali?
I keep
Well, as
seeing
far as far as Muhammad fighting him George fighting him at the end.
Taking a long time for it to really happen.
Well,
hey,
then
let me back to
Muhammad
him.
went to jail, right?
Hey, before you
Yeah,
answer that, DJ,
he did.
Go, go ahead,
hey,
But
go ahead.
and when he
DJ,
got out, I'm listening. Somebody say my name.
Yeah,
yeah, upper echelon. Look, I
Oh,
keep
okay.
seeing people saying what Novada testing. You heard about that?
yeah, I
Yeah,
did hear
man. Yeah,
about
it wasn't
that.
no water testing, and it wasn't no water testing, and it wasn't nobody went in each other locker room to watch the hand wraps. They like them niggas went savage on each other. The whole little shit just savage. Except for
Oh,
Tam Crawford ring rock, that was immaculate, but everything else was savage. How they did, you know what I'm saying? The all that kind of stuff. Because if it was me, both of them would have did water testing. Somebody would have been in each other's locker room watching
so
them
there wasn't
hands get
nobody in
wrapped.
the.
All that shit.
So they didn't watch him get his hands wrapped.
Nah.
Hold
Man, Bud hit
Are we
Errol with a
talking
right
about?
hand and
So
he
hold
flew
on,
across the whole ring.
because
Bro, that shit, bro, that shit was suspect.
did.
That shit
Hold
was
on, bro.
suspect in the motherfucker.
He damn sure didn't take them gloves off until they got back in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Upper. Are you talking about? I'm sorry, you guys. Are you guys talking about the Spence and Crawford fight?
That's
Yeah.
what they just said. I didn't even know
Wait a
that.
minute. So there wasn't a. I thought there was a VADA testing,
No, it wasn't.
and
Nah.
There wasn't no water test.
They sitting there saying what Nevada testing, and they went in each other's locker rooms when they was rapping, putting on the gloves.
See, that's what
That
when they
that's.
were
Are
talking
you
about
guys
Munster anyway,
sure? Like,
they
who
was
said
talking about
that?
Munster anyway, how he wrapped his gloves. They like shit, the same rules in Vegas and in Texas. So, you
And,
know,
and, and
go ahead.
DJ, let me tell you something else. Now, we know who the owner of Snack is, right? The
Yeah,
Rico
bro.
Balco
Conde.
King, right? So let's put it in perspective, right? Because we all intelligent men, bro. All of a sudden in this training camp, we don't see you around Snack, right? We don't
Right.
see you. It ain't no Snack. But guess what's on the back of your trunks when you get in the fucking ring, nigga? Snack. And now you hitting this nigga with jabs that's throwing his head down there out the ring, bro.
Nah, for
Like
real.
I ain't trying to give a nigga alligator. I don't know. To be honest with y'all, I done already heard whispers of PEDs like 4 different times. I just don't have no facts to put on the shit. But the shit looks suspect, bro. The shit
Hey,
look
I mean,
hella
he did
suspect.
drag it out
I
for a
don't think.
year.
hey,
He
I got
did
one
drag
thing
I
to
it out
say.
don't
the
Yeah.
think
fight for
that
a year.
Crawford.
Yeah.
Nah,
Bro,
I'm gonna.
who else have he did like that?
I don't think that Crawford would do anything
Hey,
like that.
hey,
Nah.
Upper.
He
Who
was
else?
sharp as fuck.
How he would do something
Hey,
like that when he was guaranteeing
I'm
victory
not
and
saying
telling
he did.
motherfuckers like he knew what was gonna happen?
Mm.
Hey, hey, y'all didn't see that
Hey,
video
Bone
there?
Bone, Bone Bone. If you want to defend Crawford, bro, you can hit the link, bro. You know everybody's welcome to hit the link and give y'all
Matter of
side.
fact,
You know,
you
I'm
was
just
the
the
nigga.
host.
Hey, nigga, I forgot about this shit, nigga. You was the nigga who said the shit before the fight. Nigga, you said Norton. I said, what's up? You said, man, this nigga want to win the fight so bad, they need to check him. They need to make sure that the nigga abide by all the rules. I said, damn, you right, bro. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, pull counter, right?
Yeah, full counter.
Yeah, I said that before the fight. Yep.
I know.
But
Hey,
I mean, okay. I don't think that, but I first of all, this is my first time ever hearing this type of stuff about VADA and not checking gloves. But I don't think I'm not going to take away from this man, Bud Crawford, and what he did. Like
Right. He went crazy.
he went crazy. Like even let's say, even if okay, let's say even if he would have, let's take away the VADA and whatever else the case, his speed, his accuracy, his power. Like, come on now. Like, we
Yeah.
still
Who
got to
else he
give
did
Bud
like that?
his props.
Can
I would
can y'all
put
please tell me who else that man did like that?
it
I would
wasn't. It
put I
wasn't
would
that. Did
put
y'all
it
see his choice of gloves? He had horsehair gloves.
I would put it more. I would
Yeah.
put it more on Earl Spence side, on Earl Spence team and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For how Earl Spence came into the fight, but
Mm.
we have never seen Terrence Crawford do anybody the way he did Earl Spence and bust up somebody the way he bust
It's
up Earl
personal.
Spence that early in the fight though. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. And
He
he
knocked
one of
him
the
down
most
with a
accurate
jab.
boxers. He one of the
Did y'all
most
see that?
accurate boxers in the
Hey,
game.
look,
He didn't hit
check this out.
everybody in their face.
Hey,
Nah, for real.
he knocked motherfucking Earl down with a jab.
With a jab. With a
That was with the right hand though. That was with the right hand. That's his power hand.
It
the
was the
That's
power.
steal,
with his power
the
hand.
steal.
He
Like
still
But
I,
had
I
it.
knew
I
that
That
too.
was a
Still had it
beautiful
though.
power jab he came
It
in. That
still
was a
had
good
it though.
strategy.
I
Man,
know.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would never respect them niggas. Like I said,
Hey,
bro, he could have a win, but go fight somebody. Go fight somebody that ain't been through the gauntlet, man. All them niggas, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, they fought each other. Keith Thurman, then Keith Thurman had surgery after Sean Porter. Sean Porter had surgery after Errol Spence. Errol Spence had surgery after Sean Porter. Ugas had surgery after Errol Spence. You waited back while them niggas went through the gauntlet, bro. I
That's
can't
just like
respect
Keith
that shit.
Thurman. That's like when Kurt Thurman fought Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't no Vada. Okay, my man G Man's up here. He got some talk for y'all. Here we go.
what happened to G man?
Yo,
And you
what's
know I'm
going
gonna
on?
stay after. I'm just the
Oh
host.
man, I can't call it. How you feel?
I'm gonna let y'all
Yeah,
go
what
ahead
about
and
you?
cook.
Cool.
Hey, man. Real quick, Crawford got that power hand in the front. That's
Oh, what's
why.
up, Gary?
Right.
Hey, what's up, upper echelon? He got
Uh,
that power hand on the front, so he did the same thing to Kell Brook. He knocked Kell Brook out just like that. So you can't say he didn't do that before.
Yeah, with
So
the swivel jab. Yeah, I got you.
yeah, that's the
but
power
see, I
jab.
told everybody that he has an advantage if he switches. That was the one key to victory that I said. I said Crawford, he has his power hand first, so he's gonna always get off before the next person. While they throwing out with their least dominant hand, his dominant hand's coming in just a lot faster and stronger. So that's how he downloads data from the orthodox, and once he see your hold, he got used to the timing of his jab. And so then he switches to southpaw, and his right hand's there, and he connects with you.
Right.
Plus, Crawford developed a power jab. He used to have just that little power jab. He didn't even
Yeah.
have a jab, so he was an athletic fighter. And that's just like if you would have gave Roy Jones a jab because he didn't have a jab like that. That's what happens when an athletic fighter adds fundamentals to their arsenal. I mean, he just became equipped with something extra.
So Spence was used to fighting flat-footed fighters, and when he faced a guy like Crawford, who's slick, who could
I
switch.
disagree.
Yeah,
I
I
disagree.
disagree. Crawford
I, I
footwork wasn't
watched
all
I
that, bro.
watched Spence fight
He
against a
wasn't
lot
slick
of
foot.
boxers, boxer punchers. I
Well,
disagree.
give me one other than Sean Porter.
Chris
Chris
Algieri,
Algieri,
In a
Chris
championship
Algieri,
fight.
Chris
Lamont
Algieri,
Peterson.
Leonard
Kell
Bundry,
Brook.
Lamont
Kell Brook,
Peterson.
Kell
Lamont
Brook is a mover.
Peterson, Lamont
Lamont
Peterson, Chris
Peterson.
Algieri, Leonard
Come
Bundry.
on, man.
All of them.
Yeah. Chris Algieri was an Olympian too. He beat him on front. He beat him on
Exactly.
Fox national TV. Yeah.
Cleared him.
Well, they ain't nothing like Bud though. That's the
Well,
difference.
look,
Nah,
nah,
nah, we
Perseus,
just saying
nah,
that.
don't
You
move the
said something else
goalposts.
You
right
said
quick. You
Nah,
said
don't
something
move
you
the
else,
said
bro.
goalposts.
boxer.
Nah, don't move the goalposts, my boy.
Yeah,
You
don't
said
do
he
that.
ain't
You said
never,
boxer.
and they just proved you wrong, and then you tried to
Yeah.
kick a field goal.
Nah, for real.
Nah,
I don't think Kell Brook is a mover. That's just my opinion.
come
Or
on,
Lamont
man.
Peterson. I think they're power punchers, both Lamont and Kell Brook. They can move, but they can't move like somebody like Terrence Bud Crawford. That's just my opinion.
Kell
The
Brook
How
link
is
is
much
in
was
the
sweating
chat.
Terrence
If
moving?
anybody else want to
Terrence
get up
Crawford shit
here,
up.
How
we got
much
a
was Terrence
star
really
king
moving
up
though?
here. If y'all want to get up here,
Kell Brook was swelling Terrence Crawford shit up first couple rounds.
Because his
Yeah, he was
timing.
downloading the data,
That's
which took
his
one round for
timing.
Spence. He was downloading that data when it came to Kell Brook, and he finally caught him.
And downloading and getting punched on. That's what we call download now.
Well, it took him one round with Spence, so I don't know. We gotta put Spence's resume in question here.
Yeah. I think Spence
Man, God,
broke
shut
all
your
records.
ass up,
I
boy.
think
You don't know
Spence
what the
done
fuck
way
you
more.
talking about.
Why we
G-Man,
getting
why do we need to put see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Upper did. We talked about this a few before everybody got on. One thing y'all not going to do is call Spence a basic fighter and question his resume. What is please elaborate, G
If you
man.
do that,
Here's
if you do that right there, hold on.
Because
If
then
you
you
sit
gotta
there and do
question
that, you're
Bud's
taking away from
resume.
Bud. You got
look.
to take
Exactly.
away
You
from
gotta
Bud by
question
saying
Bud's resumes.
The
Don't do
only
that.
the only reason I
Bud just beat an elite fighter. But if you call him Spence basic, then you taking away from Bud's win. Don't do that. Them
Exactly.
both are great elite fighters.
the
So don't
only
take away nothing from each one of them.
the only reason I said that is because going into this fight, they said that Spence did all the hard work. He did all the heavy
He
lifting. He
did,
got all
man.
the
He
pins,
He
did. He
did.
did.
right?
He did. What are
Right.
you talking about, bro? See, that's why
So
I can't conversate with Bud Crawford, man. Y'all be so fucking delusional. Like, keep it real for one time in your fucking life, bro. The shit that you saying not even making a little bit of sense, bro. It's not even making a titty tat of sense. You trying to tell us his resume needs to be questioned when Mikey Garcia got a better resume than Bud Crawford. Danny Garcia got a better resume than Bud Crawford. Sean Porter got a better resume than Bud Crawford. What are you talking about?
Danny Garcia got a better resume than Bud Crawford
Yes, he
Yeah.
do. Yes,
Yes.
he does.
because he
What are
At
you
lost all his
talking
40
title
and
about?
fights.
47.
Come
At
on, bro.
40
You
and
can't come up
47.
here without the proper knowledge, man. Trying to
Because
put some shit out there, bro.
because
Like
Danny
go
Garcia
do
beat
some research.
Amir Khan at 140.
So
That's
that's
Zab
the
that's
only
better.
fight
Judah,
he
what
had
you
at
talking
140,
about?
That's
G
the
Who
man.
only
did he
fight he
beat
That's
had
the
at
at
only fight he
140?
140.
had at 140, G man.
What was
Come
that?
on, man.
His 140 resume better than Terrence Crawford. What are
Way
you talking?
better.
Like, come on, bro. You Z man, bro. You need to go do some research, bro.
I was just giving my opinion, man. We don't need to get emotional on it.
Nah, I ain't trying to get emotional, but I just can't stand when people come up here trying to say shit like it's facts and don't be knowing what they talking about. You on the wrong panel for that, my boy.
Just don't be biased, man.
You guys said Terrence Crawford's resume is trash. So then when he
No,
fought
we
and beat
Never,
Errol,
never
Nobody
never
said
said
brought up
that.
that.
the resume.
Never
You
said
just got
that.
up here. Nobody said that. What are you talking
I'm
Never
about?
not
said
saying
that.
you. I'm saying
Like that,
Spence fans in
G
general.
We
man.
never
That's what I'm
said
Said
that
saying.
that
over here, bro. We
that
never said it over here. We gave
We
Bud
exactly.
hadn't said
credit.
nothing like that leading up to this. Nobody said nothing like that.
In
This is a whole
general, I
different
was
You
hearing
brought up
stuff.
you
what's
brought up
said on a different
Spence resume.
channel ain't the same as what's said over here. Don't lump my channel with other
Yeah,
people.
bro, you in left field, bro. You in left field, bro. You need to gather yourself.
G man, you had said that Errol had did that. We made the assumption that Errol had did the heavy lifting. We
Uh-huh.
all agreed that he did the heavy lifting, but we also, before you came on the panel, we also said that Bud and Errol cleared out the division. So we're not going to say that. We cannot state that Earl Spence resume is trash, because if you state that Errol resume is trash, and you have to say the same thing about Bud, because they fought the same type of people. Now the styles
I
may
don't agree with that.
what?
They didn't fight the same type of people.
No, I'm
Earl
They
fought him when they was champions.
Errol fought him with. Do
about
you
the
know the difference
Earl
with
fought him when
somebody?
they was
Do you know
champions.
the difference when somebody has a belt to lose? How much mental fortitude and
Exactly.
how much harder they are going to fight when they don't have nothing and they thinking about their
Exactly.
injuries in the future of their career, bro. It's a humongous difference. All you got to do is think about this. Sean Porter already admitted that Errol Spence hurt him worse than Terrence Crawford. So why didn't his daddy throw in the towel?
And Sean
Because
Porter had a
he
better
wasn't trying
game
to lose
plan
his
for
belt.
Earl.
Because he wasn't trying to lose his belt. Kell Brook got hit with a swivel jab and never hit the canvas. They stopped the fight. Okay, he got his eye broke with Errol in the seventh round and didn't the fight didn't end to the 10th, 11th. See, this is two different calibers of people, and then them is the only two common opponents. We not finna compare Danny Garcia to Amir Khan because he knocked him out. We not finna compare Danny Garcia to Benavidez because he watched him. So when we talk about resumes and people and them fighting the same type of fighters, that's false. Mikey Garcia was on the pound for pound list when he fought Errol Spence. And motherfuckers can say what they want about his size. He was on the pound for pound list, my boy.
4 division champion.
Come
So
on, man. We gotta stick to facts, man. We not really
stepping up 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence.
yeah,
One
just
weight
like
class.
Roberto
One
Duran, just like
weight
Terrence
class. Only
Crawford,
one.
You ain't
just
Just
like
stepping
one
up
weight
two
Terrence
class.
weight
Crawford.
classes. If you're gonna say facts about stuff, make sure it's correct. Mikey
Make sure
Garcia
it's
didn't
correct.
jump up 2 weight divisions. He
One.
He
fought
jumped up
Braun at
one, but he
no,
is
listen
naturally
to
a
me, bro.
135
No,
pounder.
let me talk. Let me talk. He
Man, you crazy, man.
hold on, look. He fought Sergey Lipinets at 140 for the belt and beat him. He fought Robert Easton at 135. He fought Adrian Broner at 143. So he only went up 4 pounds, buddy.
Yes, sir. Get your
Man, you
facts
one
right,
of them
man.
people that want to push a certain type of narrative, and you was waiting for Bud Crawford to win so you could come try to take away everything Errol did, bro. But this shit do not work like that.
You're
Facts is
not taking it
facts.
away.
Facts is no. You yes, you are. You just said we got to question Errol resume, and now you saying all kind of goofy ass shit, bro. When that shit not even making no sense.
The
That's
only
why
reason I
everybody
said that
cut you
was
off.
because I was hearing a lot of things on the internet
You ain't
about
heard nothing over
Crawford,
here.
Okay,
So
Crawford
I think you,
resume.
when you walk through a door, you check the room and then check the temperature before you start assuming what people talking about.
Yeah, you're right about that. I just
Well, respectfully,
generalized.
respectfully, because I know I'm passionate. I don't mean no disrespect to you, my boy.
You're good. You're good, man.
My whole thing is this, G man, and you tell me what you think about this, because I just expressed this to the panel. I have a hard problem respecting Bud Crawford and his team because he got a, when did he fight Jeff Horn? Was that 2017 or 18?
17, I believe.
So in 2017, you got a belt. You didn't challenge one champion for 6 whole years. And then there was a side of the street with all of the rest of the champions and all of the rest of the best welterweights. And you had a chance to go over there. And instead, you blew up an excuse to stay with Bob Arum, who you ended up suing while everybody over there was fighting. Now, okay, yeah, you saying names, but saying names is saying names. Bud Crawford is an undisputed champion. He's the A side to people like Danny Garcia, who he sent the contract to, Ugas, who he never sent one to. At the time, Errol Spence only had one belt. He never sent Errol no contract. He never sent Keith Thurman no contract. He never sent Sean Porter no contract. So yeah, you could say, oh, I want him, I want this, but that's smoke and mirrors because in reality, you supposed to send the paperwork. So back to what I was saying, you sat up and watched all the rest of them go through the gauntlet, knowing that whoever limped up out of the smoke with the flag, man, you knew that they was gonna be not fully ready to deal with you because you've been over there cakewalking. That's why, in my heart, bro, I, I give you credit for the Errol Spence win, but I will never respect y'all, bro. I will
I
never respect
honestly,
Bruh,
y'all.
I
bruh.
honestly don't think nobody from that side wanted to fight Terrence. I think Earl is the only one that actually wanted to fight Terrence. I
That's
think
not true. That's not
Hey,
true. I
hey,
got
I
evidence of
don't
that.
think
hold on one
nobody over
second.
there
I got
wanted to
Hey,
fight
hey,
evidence.
hey,
Terrence.
I
hold on,
got
hold on
evidence.
one second. Let me thank Devin Solis for the $2 cash apps. Appreciate that, Devin. I appreciate that. You a big supporter over here up at Sun. I appreciate everything you do. Y'all go ahead.
Now I
Hey,
got evidence
hey,
along with Bob Arum saying that everybody was over there trying to fight him, but there is receipts of Ugas saying he went to the office and never got a call back.
bruh,
Keith
Bud.
Thurman put out a negotiation price and never got a call back. Danny Garcia said, "Show me some more money," and then they turned around and gave Amir Khan more money than they offered Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
So while you say nobody
what
wanted to
kill
fight
all
him,
that shit?
Sean Porter tried to fight him, and then they wouldn't even let him fight, and then he didn't even want to take that fight. They had to mandate it.
What kill all that shit? Bud could have moved up from 140. He was undisputed. He could have challenged any other champions, you know what I'm saying, moving up. But Bomac said on BFTV that
They took
they
the
chose
easy
the
route.
easy route.
Well, what happened to the easy route now after the Spence fight?
Yeah, you waited till the dust cleared, and then you came over there fresh and did what you had to do, and that's cool and all. But like I said, and this is an unpopular opinion, y'all never get the respect from me. I was raised around wolves and monsters, bruh. Y'all done been in jail with niggas, boy, and I know how real niggas move, and y'all not the kind.
So you're not gonna give Terrence? Are you giving Terrence Crawford his respect for beating the unified champion?
Yes, yes, I'm giving him a credit
Huh,
for that. Like I
Of
said, you could
course.
X Arrow out of the whole equation that I'm speaking on. I'm
Of
speaking on
course.
how you watched all of them fight each other, and then you fought each one that you fought them last. Did
that's
you
not
fight?
watch now. He
Did you
fought the
fight
best
Sean
champion.
Porter before anybody? No. Did you fight Kell Brook before anybody? No. Did you fight Errol Spence before anybody? No. You fought each one at the end of the spectrum while when everybody got it on. You know what I'm saying? Like champions, and then you waited till the smoke cleared with your one little ass belt and didn't challenge nobody. And now you beat Errol Spence, and that's cool. But I'm a man, bro. And for me and how I move, I'm from Richmond, California, homie. We move a certain way, and how you move get you more respect than wins and losses where I'm from, bro. And this is my unpopular opinion. So it ain't like nobody got to agree with it. And we don't even got to debate me. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Hey G man, did you see Earl Spence before the fight?
Yeah, I saw him. He seemed
How
pretty
did
good.
he look? How did he look to you?
You
Did
talking
he
about
look did he
fight
look
day or the
ready to
weigh-in?
you?
Fight day or
Huh?
weigh-in?
You say what?
Are you talking about fight day or the weigh-in?
Bro, I'm talking about the fight day, man. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
dressing room. How did he look on the ring wall? How he look in the dressing room to you?
he looks sleepy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's
Thank you.
pretty obvious. Yeah, but we don't
Thank
know
you.
what's going on with that.
I then. You know, you making a big deal about, Terrence Crawford going out there beating a dude, man, who probably was 30%,
Yeah, this is why
of
I want
himself.
to
You know
see
what I'm
that
saying?
rematch.
But we gonna get Crawford his flowers, man, because he was the better man that night.
Okay, that's why we want to see that rematch. I know a lot of people are saying he shouldn't do the rematch, but he should do the rematch at 154, where he'll feel better and hopefully not look like the way he did in this last fight the day of.
Nah, Crawford, how about you go fight somebody that ain't been through the ringer real quick? Go fight Boots.
Yeah,
Go fight
Charlo
somebody
there.
that
Why
go
you
go
guys
Charlo
keep
right
go
putting
fight
there.
other guys
somebody
on
that's
Crawford?
fresh
He
that
ain't
you
gonna
ain't
do that.
watching go to fight everybody.
He ain't
You ain't
gonna do
gonna do
that
that
though.
because you a sucker, nigga.
He ain't gonna do
And
that
niggas
shit.
know that, nigga. You a mark, nigga, on everything, nigga. I just watched what you did, and I don't respect it, nigga. And if I was, boy, I'm telling you, boy, I ain't one of them type of niggas, bro. And niggas can't change my mind because I know what I just witnessed.
Nah, for real. You know, man, nigga know what he's seen.
He just beat up
You
on
can't tell a
Spence,
nigga
so now
nothing
you,
different.
you you want him to fight somebody else after he beat a top
Nah, I'm
guy?
saying go fight somebody who ain't been through the ringer. It been a war going on. Imagine watching a war and watching and waiting till the winner emerges and then fighting him after he just fought everybody. That's what he did to everybody he just fought, bro. And if you try to say anything other than that, then that just tell me what kind of person you is, because that's a fact.
I, I I mean I don't even know what to say to that. I
You
guess
can't
that's
say
just it.
nothing to that.
Can't say shit to it.
I just think you put Errol Spence in question here too with the stuff that you saying right now, bro. Because
How?
Whoa,
Explain
how?
yourself.
How?
Explain yourself. How?
Earl Spence been stumped down the whole time, man.
The whole time, no tune-ups after eye
He the
injury.
one been
You
fighting the
didn't
best
let this man
competition.
have a car crash, an eye injury, another car crash, all in the meanwhile, collecting the rest of the belts, and you ain't challenged one
You ain't did
motherfucking
shit
person.
the whole time.
You ain't did shit. But talking about you ain't giving nobody no step aside money. Man, you niggas can't fool me with that fake ass shit, man.
but that's all
Just
in the past now. We got the answer to
now
the
it's the
question.
past, man.
That's in the
Listen,
past. It's not relevant.
okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's why I was giving you my opinion on the matter, and it's
Yeah.
unpopular than the
I mean,
motherfucker, and I'm fine with that.
I can agree with some of the stuff he's saying. Bud's move in the past has been questionable, but now he's just proven all that. Like he wasn't scared of the fight, obviously, because
Now you're not gonna be
he.
scared when you know something wrong with somebody.
You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
Nah,
come
But you
on, man.
seen Spence the night of the fight. You seen him, huh?
Have we
Right?
seen Errol Spence make
Right?
an excuse
Right?
for
Right.
this fight?
You admitted that shit, so they kind of just kill everything
No, I
all the
just said
shit
he
you was
looked
just talking
sleepy.
about.
I don't know the inner details, but did
You
Errol
know what I'm
Spence
saying?
come out and make an excuse for the fight?
He
He
ain't gotta
did.
come out.
There you go.
He ain't
That's
gotta
all I
come
gotta
out. He ain't
say.
gotta come out, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got us. You know what I'm saying? He got the fans, bro, to speak up for him. He ain't gonna come out and say shit. You know what I'm saying? And
man,
that's
I'm
what we
gonna tell
want.
y'all like this, man. God don't like ugly, man. Whether you believe in him or not, or whoever you believe in, the higher power, he don't like ugly, man. So whatever, we gonna see what's gonna happen after this, man.
I just hope they fight again, and then it clears up everything, and Spence doesn't
That
look
still ain't
stupid.
gonna clear up everything for me because you still waited until everybody fought and then fought everybody at the end after everybody fought everybody. So I wouldn't give a shit if Errol Spence knocked him out in the next fight. I'm still gonna feel the same way about him, bro.
And
Your
then
career,
waited
in my eyes, I've
and
never
then waited
respected.
16 months to fight the
That's what
dude.
I'm saying. You did all of that on purpose, bro. And I'm not stupid. See, motherfuckers really ain't been around con artists and shit. Obviously, motherfuckers haven't if they ain't seeing this shit for what it is. You just seen how rusty he was against Ugas. You seen how slow he was against Ugas. You backdoored him for the November fight, then turned around and called him after your fight just to make sure that he was on the long layoff. You know what I'm saying? Then you go fighting, knowing some. It's cool, bro. I ain't even finna keep going on and on,
Hello.
man. I know what I'm
I have a
talking about, and I know
question.
what I'm saying.
I have a question.
You know, he had
Um,
another
to
accident
the
right after that too, though. Right, the same
Yeah, we know that. That's why he took the fight up.
Spence
Frank
I
said
have
Martin and
he don't like no
Frank
tune-ups,
Martin
so
and Michelle Rivera fight. You know, Earl had an accident then too.
Let me ask you a
They,
question.
they were supposed to
After
fight in
Bud fight
November
against
though.
Avenese, after Bud fight against
They,
Avenese, when they asked him about Errol Spence, what did he say, bro? Nothing.
He
they
said,
Nothing.
were
"I
supposed
don't
to
know.
and
fight.
I
guess
don't
what?
They
know
were
He
how much
supposed
made
to
the
fight
fight
in
happen.
November though.
He made the
Huh?
fight happen.
They was supposed to fight in November.
No, but this is what I'm saying. After the Avanesian fight, he was acting like he don't know and I don't know. He wouldn't
Oh
even say
yeah,
Errol
oh
Spence's
yeah. The
name.
same
But
shit he
then when
been doing.
Errol Spence get into the accident, now
Yeah.
you calling him and all
Right.
of that, bro.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
bro. And he just acting like they don't know what they just seen, bro. Like,
Now,
man, come on, bro. Motherfuckers need to spend some more time outside, cause around people and learn the behavior of suckers.
So will you give
Hey,
Crawford?
Michael Allen, the link's there if you want to get up here, bro. Everybody, it's the link there. If you feel like you don't like what somebody up here saying, the link is there. You can hop up here and give your opinion. Y'all go ahead.
So according to some of you guys, Crawford is still not vindicated even after this Errol Spence win. That's what you guys
No,
are.
no, accolade wise, I will give it to him. But in my eyes, bro, I still don't know how good he is. I
real
liked it what
shit.
I seen. I
You
like
still
him.
got
Don't
some
get me
shit to
wrong.
prove,
I
boy.
liked it. His skill set, his reflexes, that looked magnificent against Errol. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I also know that wasn't Errol Spence. So until I see you, see, it's something that Errol, Sean Porter, and Kell Brook all have in common. They all was a shell of themselves when you ran into them. So when do I give you credit for the Earl Spence win? Hell yeah. Do I give you credit for Sean Porter win? Hell yeah, and Carol Brook. But guess what? I need to see you fight somebody as fresh as you that ain't been through the ringer, man. Because it looked like you just waited to the end and then fought everybody once they came up out of the dust, man. So go fight somebody fresh, and then I will have a proper evaluation of you. Because I have never seen you look as good as you did the other night.
So
Well,
can
he
I've
you?
never
did
seen
call
it.
out Jamel Charlo though. So
Yeah, we're
after
gonna see if you
Jamel
do
come,
that.
huh?
I said, yeah, we're gonna see if you do that.
I
Charlo's not
was
gonna be fresh either after Canelo. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
He gonna beat the shit out of Canelo, bro.
You think
I don't
so?
know about that upper echelon.
I
Hey, did
think so.
Canelo beat the shit out of John Ryder?
Come on, man.
Hell nah.
Canelo is slowing down, but that doesn't mean he
Yeah,
won't.
he's slowing
Okay,
down a lot.
look, John Ryder was whooping his ass for 5 rounds. Made his face look like a pepperoni pizza.
John Ryder
Jamel
didn't no more
Charlo's
than
skill
4
set
rounds.
is so much better than John Ryder. And Jamel and Canelo gasses after 5 rounds every fight
Yep.
he has.
Yep.
Jamel Charlo is not one that you want to sit there and gas out on. I'm sorry, they're gonna stop that ass if you gas out.
Did
um
you? Okay, go ahead, Queen. We gotta let her ask her question.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
You've been trying to
You
talk.
guys.
It's okay, Key. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, so okay, my question is, first of all, I think it was G Man who said, "Are we not going to give him his props?" I said I've been saying that. I do give Bud all his props in the world. He put on a master class
Yeah,
of
go ahead and get all
boxing.
his flowers. Go ahead
Yes,
and
he
get
get all
all the
his
flowers.
flowers. I
He's a
was
legend
never
right now. He's an all-time great
when
at that fight.
yes, and when Earl walked to that ring, it was on and popping. Excuses out the door. So no, from me, he gets all his flowers. Um, but I do have a question about what is on the screen where the gentleman Chef Dre Bog said, didn't Jeff Horn complain about loaded gloves? Now I'm hearing for the past few moments before the brother got the cooking, and shout out to him, but there was a VADA claim, not checking the gloves, and now there's loaded gloves. So I'm trying to figure out where's all this coming from because I didn't hear all of
Yeah.
this, and I don't want this to take away from what we saw with Crawford. So
I didn't either.
I'm trying to be the impartial person here because I
Yeah,
didn't
Right.
hear any of this. So can somebody please explain that to me?
No,
yeah. I was
I
wondering.
agree with what you're saying.
Hold on. Before you go in, I was wondering
Go
too,
ahead.
Keith. I didn't know they didn't have Bada because I know they was on Earl's ass about Bada. So I thought they had Bada because they kept questioning Earl, and I thought he did a blood test and stuff. But if y'all say he didn't, I'm gonna have to do some more digging. But I thought Earl did get a test though, and I
I've
didn't
been
know
hearing
that.
whispers.
And I didn't know that they didn't have people in each other's locker rooms watching the hands get done and the gloves.
Yeah, I
That's
No,
ain't know
one
that
thing
either.
they
was there.
didn't.
But are we sure about that?
Derrick
Like,
James was there.
is that just coming from fans or is
I
that
just
coming
said I got to
from?
do some research on it, baby.
That's
I
just
don't know.
Okay,
Errol fans
okay.
coming up with whatever they can to try to discredit Bud.
So
There's no
you seen them in this. So you seen them in the locker room, then, right? You can give us.
Derrick James was in the locker room. Yes,
You
I
seen
think
them,
it
right?
Okay,
was.
I'm
What's
gonna
his name?
ask Derrick James tonight or tomorrow whenever he responds to me. I ask Derrick James and see what he say.
I think it came out of Crawford's mouth
Cause I,
himself in
cause
the
I,
interview.
cause I do correspond with Derrick James all the time, so I ask
I
Derrick.
didn't see Derrick James in his locker room. Did anybody
But
else?
but if they didn't do that, bro, like Derrick James dropped the ball on that
Yeah,
one.
Derrick James not doing his job if they didn't do that. Let's be honest.
Like, for
We
But
real,
know.
you just
the
told me
team
Derrick
dropped the
James
ball
is in
on
the
that.
locker room, though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he did. So he
How
wouldn't be
how,
doing
how
it
do you know that?
because I heard that out of Bud's mouth in an interview after the fight.
Okay.
You can confirm on that though.
Now that's cool. I'll take your word for it, bro. Like I said, I ain't against you. We just talking this boxing shit. It's all good.
There was no loaded gloves. I mean, only thing off about that night was Errol Spence. He looked like he was a little sleepy. We don't know what's going on. Errol Spence doesn't want to say anything because he's a man who doesn't make excuses, which is big respect to him, man.
Plus, he don't want
I
to mess up a
never heard that.
rematch because if everybody on him about
Right.
neurological damage, they
Right.
not going to make the rematch.
No, for real.
But I see that with a
Hold on
lot
one
of
second,
channels.
Travo.
Okay.
You gonna have to you're not gonna be able to get on, man. You got your camera and your mic. They're not gonna let you get on this thing, man. You got to come back with your mic on or something.
I think he hit that button when they asked for permission to access his mic and camera. If you hit not, then you can't get on. You got to go back out and come back on and give him permission to access your camera and your mic.
Yep.
But I think that with a lot of the YouTube channels, and I think they're really pushing that narrative because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that Spence should retire and that he has neurological damage. But I disagree. Um, we don't know what that man is feeling, so it's not fair. We just seen the face, but then 2 days later, if you saw his thing, he looks perfectly fine, and he said, "Nose up like my head is up like a nosebleed." So I don't think that I think that people are making these accusations too prematurely.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge because the stuff that the doctor was saying was spot on. I'm not even finna lie to you, and I'm not
But
making no
what
excuses
doctor?
for him.
What doctor was that though? Like I
It,
can't.
it, it it really don't matter because when I looked up everything that he was saying, it was correct. All information is available to the
You
public.
you can't diagnose somebody that you haven't physically been
I
in.
understand that, but go look at
You look at the
neurologic
glaze, look in their eyes.
residual.
It's right there. It's part of
Go,
it.
Man,
yeah, go
no,
look it up, bro. It's gonna say the same thing he was saying. It's on Google. It's accessible to everybody. All you have to do is everything that you heard that man say, pull it up and look at it and see if he's telling the truth or not. And I did that.
See, my thing is, I mean, a lot of people like to say, is he a doctor or not? But at the same time, it's like, can y'all prove that he's not? You know what I mean? Like, can anybody prove that he's not a doctor? You know what I'm saying? Like the gentleman said, man, everybody can go and do that research and see what's going on. I mean, clearly looking at him from the interview, he didn't look, healthy at all. You know, his eyes, whatever, like he was, high or whatever the case may be, but he wasn't himself.
Upper, do you know if because I know that Floyd is cool with both camps. Have you heard anything about Floyd picking Crawford or picking like leaning one way or the other?
That's why Floyd picked Crawford. He knew something was wrong with Earl. Y'all remember
Yeah.
he named Earl the truth. But if you notice later on, Floyd was like, Earl might have some damage left over, so I'm gonna pick Crawford. You feel what I'm saying? He picked Crawford. He started backing Crawford after he sponsored Earl and put Earl out there. And he
Right.
said Earl was the beast. But after the car accident, last year, Mayweather picked Crawford.
I think
Everybody can see
Mayweather.
it. Everybody in boxing can see it. They had a 4 panel with Victor, with Barry Hunter and all them up there, right? They was talking. Sean Porter, Kell Brook, and them was up there too. And even he said, everybody keeps saying that Earl probably gonna have some problems from that car crash. Everybody's seen it. We just don't pay attention to it because we're fans. But it's been showing. It was like the way he had that absent mindedness versus Ugas. Like his mind drifted. He was looking for his mouthpiece and all that. Like Earl don't do that. Like it's a lot of things he don't do. But with us pushing his narrative, we're fucking up his way to feed his family because if too many people say it, then that man ain't gonna get this rematch and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like that man trying to get a bag so his family can be secure for their lives and his life. You feel me?
Okay, but do you think, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Do you think that it would be best if Earl, because he got a bag now and he's been making bags. So do you think that right now he needs to think about legacy Because for me, and I love, you know what I'm saying. Again, it's man down all day, but
I feel like he should get his lick back. That's what he want. That man has pride,
what
and he
about his
wants.
legacy though?
What
Because
you
with
mean his
that,
legacy?
huh?
Crawford fight is legacy.
But okay, but will he be able to get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. Period.
Terrence Crawford is. We don't know about Spence yet.
Oh, Spence is a Hall of Fame already,
This is
man.
a Hall of Famer.
Real shit.
Tim Bradley made it to the Hall of Fame. Spence definitely gonna make it.
Real
Right
shit.
about
He's a
that.
They got
three-time.
They got Rocky.
He's a
They got Rocky in
three-time
the,
unified champion.
They got Rocky in the Hall of Fame, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, Spence is a three-time unified champion. He's gonna make it the Hall of Fame, bro.
If Spence gets
Just like
gets
Sean Porter's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, and he got all them losses. But the fact that he fought all the best competition is the reason why he's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, because he had close fights with all of them.
I think if Spence goes in there with Crawford again and gets stopped again, it's gonna probably put a dent on his career. That's just my opinion. I think
Look how many times Roy got stopped. Look how
two
many times Tyson got stopped.
those Tyson got stopped towards the end of his career, right? Other than Buster Douglas.
It's the end of
Earl toward the end of
it's
his
the end of
career.
Earl
So
Spence.
you guys don't think Earl is just towards the end of his prime? Like he's still in his prime.
Yeah, Earl's toward the end of his career.
Yeah, you know,
If you
car
watch my
wreck,
videos, I've been said Earl ain't got before this fight.
3-4
I
fights.
said Earl probably got 3 fights left in him.
Real shit.
So what about Crawford?
Crawford still got himself in good health and everything. He ain't got no trauma like that.
He's 3 years older than Spence, and he's been boxing since he was 7 years old. So 30 years almost.
He
Okay,
been in
well,
the
Floyd
gym.
Mayweather fought until he was 40.
Real shit.
Bernard
He been
Hopkins
in the
fought
gym.
until he was 50.
Yep.
I mean, as long as Crawford keep his style and everything, he can still box, but until he can't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can box till you can't. I think Crawford probably got about 3 good fights in him. He got the rematch with Spence, and then maybe the fight with Charlo. And if he fight Charlo and he win, he retires. And if he lose, he retires. Get you 2 more big paydays or something. Or
Okay.
fight Boots, But I don't want to see Boots. I mean, after Earl, if you want to go down there and defend your undisputed against Boots, I
He's not
like that.
doing that.
That's 3 fights, like I said. That's Spence, Boots, Charlo. And then he should retire because he got generational wealth now. They both got about 40 million off this fight right here.
So if he don't
Well,
fight Boots, who you think he should fight? Because I don't think he gonna fight Boots. He talking about, oh, you remind me of younger me, but I don't see him fighting Boots.
Charlo.
Yeah,
That's why I said
Charlo
Charlo, Boots, and
Earl,
Spence.
Charlo Earl, okay.
I
Charlo's
said
first
Earl,
priority.
Earl
Charlo,
again
and
and
Spence
Charlo.
and Boots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see.
That's his
I
3
don't
fight
see him
list.
fighting Boots.
That's his 3 fights before he go.
Yeah.
I think the train stops for Charlo though.
Yeah, Charlo a different animal.
Yeah.
Real.
And
I
he
don't
ain't
know
got
how
brain
it's gonna
damage.
be after Charlo, fights with
Charlo ain't
Canelo
got brain
Alvarez.
damage either. He's just retarded. I mean, I ain't gonna say that because some people got
Damn,
kids that's on the spectrum. Charlo's just crazy.
Charlo is a hell of a fighter. Not
He's
gonna lie.
passionate, man. He's passionate.
Man,
Very
look,
bad.
Charlo could fight laterally and power fighter. Because before he got with Derrick James, he was a pure boxer. He didn't have that many knockouts. When he got with James, that's when he started getting knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
Charlo would fight like Rashidi Ellis.
Charlo is more dangerous for Crawford than Earl is because he moves laterally.
And plus he got power in both hands too.
And he got that 1-punch knockout power.
Yeah, in both hands.
Yep.
That's gonna be a good ass fight though when it happens.
but I tell you, so he's a
But
little
see,
more
that's what
active.
gets me right
I
there
wouldn't
because
mind
in
touching
his
right now.
prime, before the accident, Earl was whooping up on Charlo in the gym.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you how much Earl has digressed.
Yeah.
Do we know that for sure that he was whooping on?
Yes, I've seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we know
Nah,
that.
he said it. Charlo said it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
know that. That's
I
a
got
fact.
videos where he said, plus I've
Oh
seen him
man, he said
spar
like you
before.
know Earl, man. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them
I want
spar.
to hate hard on Earl,
I've
man.
been man down for a
I've been
minute.
doing this since Bud came into the division, man. That's my thing. Like ever since Bud came into the division, man, everybody been kind of hating on Earl, man. Like it's crazy. And then
Hey,
once
Rick,
Earl fans
hold
started
on.
getting on the
Rick
Bud fans,
Timms.
trying to make it seem
Rick
like
Timms, we can't talk crash chatter. If you paid attention to what I said earlier, Rick, I said Earl always said 50% of him is better than 100% of these welterweights. And I said he was messed up in the Ugas and Danny fight, but he was good enough to overcome it. And I said 50% of him wasn't good enough to beat Bud. That's what I said, brother. So ain't no crash chat. I'm just saying, that's the same way he been going in the ring, but
So
it
you
just
saying
showed up. He signed the contract, he lost. There's no excuse. We just talking though, bro. We ain't making
right.
no excuses.
so you saying he can't beat Crawford at all then, right?
Not at
Because
147.
Not
he
this version.
Not at 147. You see,
so
once he cut that weight, that shit fucked with his head. His face didn't even rehydrate. Earl Spence was about 5 pounds bigger than he was at the weigh-in.
Bud look a lot bigger than him too. Bud
Yeah,
look a
that's what
lot
I'm
bigger.
saying.
Yeah,
Earl didn't rehydrate up. I don't know
yeah.
what the hell happened,
He
but
looks
I did a
skinny.
video with pictures side by side, him at the weigh-in and him in the ring, and he damn near looked the same side. While
Yeah,
Crawford had a beautiful build, boy. Crawford was
Yeah,
brawling.
they were healthy.
so
yeah,
before
Yeah,
he
the
he was
fight,
brawling,
I
dog.
heard that Spence was the bigger guy, the stronger guy, and he's gonna bully Crawford in that ring, and he's gonna get to stepping. I mean, I just didn't see any of
Okay,
that.
Gary, have you ever seen Earl be that small in the ring?
I thought he looked smaller in the Ugas fight.
In the what fight?
In the Ugas
Well,
fight,
Ugas is
Nah,
bigger
he was
than
way bigger.
Ugas is taller than him, so that's why.
Earl
Earl was
wasn't that
way
small in
bigger
the
than that
Ugas
boy in the
fight, but
Ugas fight.
Ugas was like 170 in that fight.
Real shit.
didn't they say Bud missed weight too though?
that's
He
just a rumor.
did.
Come on, just a
Bud
room.
missed weight, but he didn't even have to cut but like 12, 13 pounds because he a natural welterweight. Like his body's like that size, but he added that muscle. That's why he had problems cutting that little 12 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That 12 pounds was like 30 for Earl.
So ultimately, you guys are saying that there was something off about that night. That's why Spence didn't perform the way he should have.
Hey,
That's
you said
right.
it too. You
All I'm
agreed with it
saying
too.
is, all I'm
It
saying
was
is,
something off, but he signed the contract. He
Yeah,
got the
that
yeah,
what
ring,
it is.
so it don't
And
matter what was off.
and he
it
made
don't.
no
You have
excuses
no
after.
excuses. There's no
Yep.
excuses.
There's no excuses. You get in the ring, it ain't no excuses. Like Gary Russell, his shoulder was fucked up, but you got in the ring. Because if you'd have won, it wouldn't have been no problem.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's
because
what
if
it is.
Earl
It's
would
not
have
to say
won,
nothing.
if
Yeah, it's
Earl
not
would
to
have
say
won,
nothing from
motherfuckers
Bud.
wouldn't have really been talking about it, even though you can see it in the Ugas fight. So, I'm not going to be a hypocrite and be like, well, that's why he lost. No, I'm just saying you can see it at the end that he's messed up. I'm not
Yeah,
saying it had anything to do with the fight. I'm just saying when he get, matter of fact, I am saying something.
Hmm.
Crawford hit that man in the side of his head and he ended the fight in the second round. Now that could be a testament to Crawford's power combined with Earl's neurological, but Crawford made it happen. So, Crawford was the better fighter because he made it happen. Just like Earl broke Kilbrook eye socket. The other one had already been broken before, but Earl broke this one. So Kilbrook can't make an excuse because eye is part of the skull. It takes a lot to break it. Not as much as it do. I mean, not as much as do to crack the skull, but it was a different eye, and that shit's still hard. And Earl did it. So that's how I feel like that. Okay, ain't making no excuses. Ain't taking nothing from nobody. But hey, before he get in that rematch, he better make sure his nutritionist give him some more of that brain food that he was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
he probably need to find another.
Go
And
back to
Crawford needs a
Blu-ray.
better game plan.
He go to
Also,
Or it
Blu-ray.
could just be again playing devil's advocate. Now Earl didn't look like himself. We can all agree to that. But at the same time, it's just a testament to Buzz skills.
he studied that man
Yeah,
for 4 years.
Yep, he said he had the opportunity to study, and you can tell that they in the ring, but picked him apart. And
yeah,
now everybody is saying that Earl is an average fighter. ain't got no skills and all this other stuff because
And
that's how
they don't
easy
realize they
Bud
taking
made
away
it
from
look.
Bud's. They taking away from Bud's accomplishments doing that though. They don't even realize it.
But see, upper, this is where, and okay, this is what I have a problem with. Now, look, or not a problem, but this is what I want to point out. Bud feeds off of the energy, he said it in interviews, of him being the underdog and him being hated, right? They that everybody, like, he has so much hate. Now he has so much love. So it's going to be interesting seeing once if the rematch happens. Is going to be I'm going to be interested to see how he performs now that he's getting all the praise and the glory that he feels as though he has not had. And if people are thinking like, oh, he's going to perform, it's different. Just like when if you watch NBA and it's 7 seconds on the line, a player just got fouled, and those two shots, it's um a one possession game, that person going up to make that free throw, them two free throws, that's the most pressure you could ever feel besides winning the winning shot for a game. So I would like to see how Earl performs now that he's getting all the love and the attention, the admiration that he's getting now. Would that go to his head? And how Earl will perform now that he's getting trashed very badly. So that'll be very interesting to see. And that can sell the rematch right then in itself, because if if the first fight is 700K, I'm pretty sure that the rematch is definitely going to do over $1 million.
I do have to give Crawford props because
Like
he did keep it humble after the fight.
Wilder and Fury did more the second time. G man, you was just back there and I was about to let you on, and then you sat there and left. Shawar Allah already dropped the link. Go to her name and go up there. The link is Shawar Allah done posted the link, G man. Just go scroll up. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, with that, can I respond back to that? I think the difference when it comes to Bud is Bud he been undisputed before at 140. So you know what I'm saying? He kind of have an idea of what it takes to kind of defend all your belts. You know what I mean? And then the other hand with Errol, it's like him going back to being the underdog where it's like, okay, now I got a lot to prove. So that's gonna make
Man,
the
Earl
fight for
sold
me
out
a
the
lot more
Cowboy
exciting.
Stadium 3 times, bro. He knows what it's like to be under that big lights. So
Real
you
shit,
know
man.
that to him.
More
Yeah,
than Terrence
sure,
Crawford.
yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't he was nervous. Nothing. Earl been up under the biggest stage. That him and Mikey Garcia fight was big stage. Him and Kell Brook. He
Right.
was in Sheffield, England. That shit was sold out.
See, him and Ugas.
Motherfuckers was hitting him with brownies as he was walking to the ring, bro. Like Earl know what it's like. He feeds off motherfuckers doubting him as well.
Man, I was at the Ugas fight.
He keeps all that shit logged on.
I was at the Ugas fight, man. There was so many people up there,
Man,
man.
it was packed
40,000
at the
fans up in
Ugas
there.
fight, bro.
I was at the Danny Garcia fight.
It was so damn loud at the Ugas fight, man.
Man, we're live up at that.
But did you hear? We could hear when that motherfucker uppercutted Ugas, though.
Yeah, you could hear every punch. Goddamn, them whole thump.
That shit was. I said, "Ooh." My wife said,
for real.
My wife said, "He's shooting him." I said, "Yeah, he's shooting him with them damn body shots."
Real shit. Heard them bitches popping off his ass. Boy, say
He couldn't do that at Crawford.
Man, come on, man.
No, you got to be fair. He couldn't.
Crawford had a great game plan,
right.
man.
Come on,
Crawford
man.
had a great game plan.
All right. So
we give him
EJ and
his credit?
EJ and Derrick James didn't study for Terrence Crawford, man. Like, come on, man. Like, they been knowing they gonna fight this dude, man. They been calling him out for years.
I think it was a little disrespect there. I think they thought they was just gonna walk him down. Honestly, I don't think that they prepared for that southpaw position like they were supposed to.
They didn't. And
Well, now they got to prepare for both the southpaw and the orthodox. Because if you think that Terrence is gonna fight the same way, sadly mistaken.
Exactly.
Nah, Terrence is the orthodox though. His style of the orthodox, he don't have no advantages in the orthodox.
He get beat on.
Absolutely.
He get beat on in orthodox.
That means he's a regular fighter if he's in the orthodox because his power hand is gonna be in the back. Yep. And if you ain't noticed, Crawford left ain't but so good. I've seen it. He used it to blind people and shit, but that left really ain't got all that on it.
When he's in his orthodox stance, he's trying to retreat.
Y'all done messed up now. The big guy, Rick Tibbs, is in the build.
Salute.
Salute Rick
Salute.
Williams
Rick Timms.
is in the building.
Hey, but one thing I did notice real quick before I pass it on, I noticed that Earl did use the same. He used the same cadence, when he throw his punches, and it
Nah,
seemed like Bud. It seemed like
he
Bud
gets
was
in the
catching it
rhythm.
every time.
He gets in the rhythm though. You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But from
Go
that
ahead, Rick.
southpaw position, it was easier to time that jab. You seen it with straight rights and uppercuts all night, man.
Y'all done. Like I said, Southpaw Kryptonite is a straight right. Bud's jab became a jab and a straight right all in one. Like motherfucking Lennox Lewis was doing Tyson the whole night. Tyson was like, his jab like a Mack truck. He said, nigga, jab is like a Mack truck, man. He was like, you said you wanted the rematch, Tyson. I don't know what I was saying. I'm just gonna say that you're oblivious. Like I respect Lennox and his kids. Man, I love you, man. A truck, I'm telling you. His jab was like a truck. I said, damn, boy, he must have beat I said he beat some respect in Tyson. Damn. He was like, I can say this. I can't beat that man. And that was the first time Tyson ever said he couldn't beat somebody. He admitted he couldn't beat Lennox Lewis. He said, I don't need no rematch. I can't beat that man.
Yeah.
I said, not Mr. Iron Mike. Rick, they done got you up here on this panel talking this shit. Rick ready to talk his shit. Go ahead, King.
Hey man, what's up to everybody on the panel? Everybody in the chat.
Salute,
Say,
King.
check it out. Hey man, last night I spoke with Ronnie Shields last night, man. And you know, he back home here in Houston, you know, from Vegas. Salute to him with his win, with his fighter, the Cuban dude. Say, check this out. Ronnie
Who you talking about,
said,
Giovanni? You talking about the
yeah,
Giovanni guy?
yeah.
The one that beat Garcia.
Say, Ronnie mentioned last night that he spoke to Bomac in Vegas, you know, before any weigh-in, you know, before any ring walk. And he said Bomac told him he was tired as hell. He hadn't been home for 3 months. You know, the whole staff sacrificed. Nobody been home for 3 months. They've been in the high altitude in Colorado. Then they came to Vegas. He said they really, really put in the work. And before any weigh-in, before any ring walk, Bomac told Ronnie Shields, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easier than anybody think. So, listen, man, you know, in high school and college, football-wise, it's kind of equivalent to you running up into a powerhouse running team that average 300 yards rushing per game. You know, they got a running back who been rushing for 100 yards 10 games in a row. And then they run into that one team and they stop that running game. And instead of giving credit to the defense, no matter how hard you prepared, it's like, man, y'all wasn't blocking. Man, I just didn't have it today. Instead of giving credit to your opponent. So the way I feel about everything I've been hearing since Saturday night, dog, Bud need to face Errol again at 154. Mel, win or lose Canelo, face Mel for undisputed at 154. Face Boots. Bud need to face them three in succession to really, really prove his worth. Because no matter what, to some people, man, the man just not gonna get his full just due. Anytime you give him his accolades, give him his props, you know, give him his flowers, and you follow up with the word but, it completely just nullifies everything you said before the word but.
Hey Rick.
So
Hey, one
let
second.
me finish, Uncle. I'm not even gonna take long, man. So the rematch need to happen, man. I hope Earl fully recovers. You know, he took a lot of damage. You know, Bud landed at an extremely high rate. His percentages were astronomical. You know, your average jab percentage is anywhere from 10 to 15%. Bud was over 40. You know, Bud averaged like 42% of his power punches.
Damn.
Bud was past 60. I mean, that's a lot of damage to accumulate over 9 rounds. Whether you Earl Spence or you Joe Horn or you Glass Joe Amir Khan, that's a lot of damage to endure. So, man, Bud just need to fight Earl again. Um, a completely coherent Earl. You know, not looking drained, not looking high or sleepy as he approached the ring. I hope and I'm expecting Mel to beat Canelo so he can come back and defend that undisputed at 154 against Bud. And definitely boots. No soft touches, no nothing. Line them up like that, dog, because otherwise Bud gonna keep being ridiculed. And it is what it is, man. So
Hey,
he needs to see them three. What you got, Upper?
all right, check this out, right? I gave Bud his flowers and I didn't say but. I said Bud became legendary. He showed us something. He's legendary. He's a pound for pound great and an all-time great. Then I said Spence is not the same Spence no more. I left Bud alone. But Spence is never gonna be back to 100%. He's never going to be.
Especially after that type of damage he took Saturday night.
Nah, I mean, I
Listen,
seen the
and
pictures.
then
Hold on, let me finish now, Rick.
all right,
Let me
all right.
finish. Earl posted a picture. All that shit going already. His shit look normal, like he ain't even been in a fight. But Earl, his neurological damage is gonna keep getting worse. It's a degenerative condition, and when he spars, and every time he spars, he's losing a bit of himself each time. That's why he ain't take no tune-up fights because hell, he's trying to get the bag for him and his family. So that's why he ain't fighting Thurman or nobody else. Cause he know Bud's gonna be his last fight, win or lose. They gonna have to make him stop. Because I don't care who the fuck you is. You come out of Ferrari going 80 miles an hour and you face plant, you taking some brain damage, period. And Earl does look glassy, he's slow, his features slur. Like I did the video. You can see he's not the same fighter, but he's beaten other fighters in that condition, so it can't be a handicap. Like he can't use that as an excuse. That's why Earl's not giving an excuse. Plus, if there's too many excuses and people start doing that, then they're not gonna be able to make the rematch because a doctor's not gonna clear him. But I feel like don't take away from what happened. Bud became legendary, the first man to ever become 2 times undisputed. And I'm glad he did it before Inouye did it because it's one of our people. I'm just being honest. But yeah, Earl will never be the same. I wish we could have got the fight before the accident, but we still got the fight. And I love the Jamil Charlo fight and the Boots fight, but I just feel like Earl should get his lick back and get one more chance at a nice bag before he hang it up, because it only gets worse. You see how James Tony is. You see how Holly did with that Parkinson, and Earl is playing with his life right there. But when you got family, we risk our lives for the ones we love, so they can always be straight the rest of their lives. And EJ, that's why I say he's a man. Plus, a lot of people can give out an ass whooping but can't take it. Earl took that ass whooping like a champ and kept getting back up. He was willing to die in that ring. The ref stopped it. And he still was mad, but at least at 154, he'd be able to use more percentage of his muscles. See, Bud, he's a natural welterweight. His natural weight is around 160. So he ain't got to cut by like 12, 13 pounds. Plus, he put on about 5 pounds of muscle. So that's why it was so hard for him to cut weight, because when this is your natural weight, it's hard to go up under that shit right there. But Bud, he did it. But Bud was able to use 100% of his muscles. And like I said there in the chat earlier, if me and you got the same skill set, the same everything, but I can only use 50% of my muscles and you can use 100% of your muscles, you're going to beat the shit out of me every time. It ain't even a contest. But yeah, that's what I gotta say. The rest of y'all panel, if y'all got something to say to Rick, he right here.
Let me and look. Let me mention that about after Sean Porter, Bud went. I mean, Earl went 15 months before he fought Danny. And then after Danny, he went 16 months before he fought Ugas. So after
Facts.
Ugas, it was another 15 months. That's 46 months. So, man, that inactivity has to play somewhat of a role, especially when you did this last 15-month stretch and you face an elite counter puncher, hard hitting brother like Bud. So, hey, man, hopefully he make a full recovery, you know, come in the fight completely coherent, you know, alert, and it won't be any more questions. Cause we gotta see it again since Earl say he wanna do it again, you know, and it is what it is, man. We just gotta see the fight again, dog.
And that's all we want to see, man. We just want to see the fight again, man, because we know our fighter came in, kind of at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't making no excuses or nothing like that, man. Rick Thames, but at the same time, we know what we seen though. You know, we know. Earl wasn't all the way there, man. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to see the best fight the best, man. We don't want to see a 50% versus 100% or nothing like that, man. We want to see 100% versus 100%. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the classic fights in boxing.
I
You know
want
what
to
I'm
see
saying?
100% Earl and a more strategic Earl. I want him to be more strategic. I just think they had disrespect towards Terrence's camp. I thought they just thought they was gonna walk him down, and I just feel like that wasn't. Terrence showed them that wasn't gonna work, especially in the southpaw position, man. So yeah, I would love to see Earl more strategic and definitely at 100%.
Yeah, I think we got to see this fight at 154 because I don't want to hear nothing after that fight at 154. No, he was sleepy, he was drained, none of that. So all cleared, all doubts cleared.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Same thing with me. Like I said, I want to see more skill on the Bud side. And he got to be a little more faster on his feet. That's one thing I did learn because I did go for Earl, of course, but I did learn a lot from Bud as well, especially from the southpaw position and also when they clinched up. Even though, like I said, I don't think he was 100%, but I did see some type of techniques from Bud that really kind of, you know what I'm saying, hope that Earl can kind of watch out for.
He was setting traps for
Yeah,
Spence all night in
yeah.
that fight.
When he tried to come in, but I guess it's like his right shoulder kind of pinned Earl left hand or something like that. Some stuff, tactical things like that. But like I said, I hope he get the 100% from what I saw before he got in the ring. But nevertheless, don't take nothing from Bud because I did see what you guys Bud fans saw.
See, let me flip the script because leading up to the fight, majority of the Spence fan club, man, Earl gonna beat the shit out of Bud. Bud ain't fought nobody. He too light in the ass. So if the fight had went completely opposite and Earl had slaughtered Bud in the same manner, I don't think it would be any mercy for Bud right now.
Now,
If
now,
None.
Terrence Crawford, if
that's the
Terrence
thing though.
Crawford would
That's
have,
the thing
if
though.
Terrence Crawford would have
You
came in
got
the
to
If
same
remember that
way,
they could.
I
You
disagree,
got to
dog.
remember that they
if
If
Terrence
Bud
Crawford,
came to if
if
Bud
Terrence
came to the
Crawford would have
ring
came the
looking
same way, bro, we would have
glossy
been
and
saying we
looking
would have been saying the same
sleepy,
thing.
it wouldn't have been no mercy for Bud. It's
Nah,
hard for me to
it
believe
would have
that,
been
man.
no mercy for
it would
Bud,
have
but
been
at the
all
same
that. It would have been the
time,
same thing, bro. Because
Nah,
Nah,
man,
I
can't believe
disagree.
come
that.
we
on,
just
man.
fans
Like
of the
Earl,
sport. You
Earl
know what I'm saying?
fighting all the champions. What happened to Keith Thurman? He could have fought. He didn't even negotiate with Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman threw that offer out there. He waiting no Earl to collect all the belts and won the fight at the end. Earl put in his work to get there. He didn't
It
sacrifice
would
a life
have
for
it,
the fight to
We
happen.
talking
So
about
how
now,
can you
man.
blame us for the things the way we think?
It would have been in these chats every day. I see that. I
Man, it would
told
have been the
y'all
same
Bud ain't
thing,
never
man.
fought nobody.
If Crawford would have
That's
came
why
in like that.
Earl beat his ass like that, because Bud ain't fought nobody. That's why Earl slaughtered him. Look at him.
And
It wouldn't have been no mercy, dog.
you think about Sean. You think about Sean. Come on, man. When they clinched up every time, them boys hugging like they was friends. Sean wasn't throwing no blows like he was trying to throw blows or take Earl head off.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm glad
but
y'all
it is
mentioned
what it is.
Son. Have y'all seen Porter's video from yesterday? Porter said, "Man, I'm tired of
Yes,
holding
sir.
my breath." He said, "Man, let me go finally admit this." He said, "I just was trying to be respectful to my daddy." He said, "Man, my daddy wasn't giving me no proper instructions in that corner." He said, "Man, I fought Bud out of my own personal mind selection." He said, um, it wasn't that I didn't train hard for Bud. It wasn't that I wasn't fully prepared for Bud. And that's been the whole narrative ever since Bud fought Porter. He didn't fight the same Sean Porter that Earl Spence fought. He had 1 foot out the door. And yesterday Porter eliminated that talk, dog. He said he did try his hardest against Bud, man. It wasn't just, no, I'm finna get this
Nah, he
retirement
went
tip.
straight back to
He
playing
Son,
said,
football.
son,
He
I
went
son,
did
straight
son,
back
that
to
out of
playing
respect
football.
for my
contradicted
daddy.
himself then. Son contradicted himself then. You know
Well,
what
Nah,
I
he
mean?
he
finally
went back to
spoke
learning.
up.
He went back to doing his old bad habits. When he find Earl, he trying to take Earl head off. He get clinched up with Bud. He give him a little pancake, back up, touch gloves like they doing. Come on, man.
Yeah, man, we just got to see the fight, man. That's it. That'll settle all this.
That's all I
154,
want to see. I just want to
the
see a
immediate
heavyweight.
rematch. It's in the contract. Let's see it. Let's see Bud
It ain't
against
really all about
a
Earl though. It ain't really
young
all about
Boo.
Earl. It's all about fighting fighters. Like fighting fighters. Keith Thurman, somebody like Boots. Like fight somebody.
Yeah,
Don't fight just Mir Khan and somebody like that.
give
Fight.
me Boots.
Yeah,
Give me
Yeah, yeah.
Thurman. Whoever.
yeah,
Cause bring them on, dog. Cause that's the
yeah. I
only
want
way
to see
this
you show
man
me.
is,
Make
is
me
not
feel
gonna get
real.
an asterisk to any of his wins now. Just bring on the real smoke. I'm for it.
Now we get Bud all his props, man.
Yeah, he
Bud get all his
saving his
props.
body,
Definitely.
saving
You know,
his
he was the
body,
better
saving
man
his
that night.
body. And we're fighting. Then he
No,
want to
that
fight.
night.
Just that night or overall as
He
a
was the better
fighter?
man that night, man.
Just
That's
that
all we say.
night or overall as a fighter?
Shit, just that night, because we got to see it
Oh
again.
man,
We're gonna see it again, and we're gonna see, man. It might be a trilogy. We don't know, man. You know what I mean? We don't know the future,
that
bro.
fight
We
ain't
can't
gonna be
predict
no
the future.
trilogy.
You know what I'm saying?
Spence gonna get stopped first.
You talk about David Avenation. Like, come on, man. Like, you could have fought. You could
He
have fought
gave him.
another top welterweight. But you gonna choose somebody like that, but wait for Earl the fighter who gives a
How,
fight with the top welterweights. Come on, man. You letting
David
Earl put
Avenese.
his body.
David
he gave
Avenese.
him a harder
Come
fight.
on, man. Fight. You could have fought Boots. You could have fought.
Yeah, David
You could
Avenese
have
gave
fought
him a harder
somebody.
fight.
Yeah, David Avenesian fought better than
So
Spence.
you
He
saying
was
so
actually
you saying Earl
catching
Spence
butt.
is so you saying Earl Spence is a level below David
I
Avenese,
didn't
bro.
say that.
That's
I'm
what I'm
just
saying. You
saying it
know
was
what I mean?
obviously a
Like,
tune-up that helped Bud
we
Crawford
just
out.
gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? We just
It
gonna
was a
keep it
tune-up
real,
that
man.
helped
We
Crawford out.
we ain't gonna that's all we doing.
All I'm saying, it was a tune-up
We
that
just
helped
keeping it
Crawford
real.
out.
That's why I want to
Because
see it again. I just want to see it again, bro. I want to see 100% versus 100%, man. That's
Yeah,
all.
me too.
You know,
Me too.
that's all I'm screaming about. For real.
That's what I'm screaming
You know.
about. But hey, cause Earl he taking headshots from top welterweights coming out from car wreck. You know what I'm saying?
No, for
Taking
real.
the
Yeah.
pancake cleanups. Come on, man. He putting it out there.
And
Going
then
hard then. Then he going.
after the car wreck,
Then he giving everything up in negotiations. Like, all right, come on, let's make it happen.
Yeah. Real shit. We
man,
wouldn't have got this fight, bro, if it wasn't for Earl Spence, man. Because Spence gave up everything. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to give him credit for that too, G, man. You know what I mean? You know,
absolutely.
we got to
Of
give
And
him
let
course,
me
credit
say
for
man.
that
this
too.
about
But we wouldn't have
furthermore
got this
about the
fight.
car wreck, y'all. Earl had multiple face lacerations. He had 0 broken bones. He was only in the hospital for 6 days. He got top-notch insurance. So we know he got the best medical coverage, all the CAT scans for his head, MRIs. I mean, he was poked and prodded before he could fight Danny. That's gotta be without question. So
long term, you know what I mean? That shit.
but see, nobody mentioned the car crash when he beat Danny and when he beat Ugas.
Well, everybody was talking. Everybody was talking
Can I
about it
respond
like,
to that? Let me respond to
that was
that.
a question.
The
That was
reason
a
why
question in
nobody
every fight.
the reason why nobody brought that up is because, right, for one, all right, of course, Earl a man's man, right? So we went ahead and rolled with it. We went and rolled. We didn't say nothing. Let him go ahead and do his thing. But through those fights, everybody acknowledged, even the Ugas fight, his mouthpiece. All right, even he admitted himself. He thought his teeth was out his mouth. All right, so it's something mentally where he ain't there. His reaction time, it kind of slowed down from fight to fight. You know what I'm saying?
His
That's things that
talking
we
slowed
noticed.
down.
We
His
just didn't
talking
say
slowed
nothing.
down.
Even the Bud fans said the same thing when it first happened. Oh man, I don't think he's gonna be right. I don't know. I got this and
He
that.
ain't gonna never
But
walk again.
now we see certain signs about his action. It's like, oh man, now y'all want to say this, y'all want to say that. Y'all said the same thing too. Y'all said the same thing about the accident. But now when we bring it up, it's like, oh, y'all bringing it up. Like, which one is it?
Why it gotta be now after this fight that everything comes up?
No,
Bro,
everything came.
look at him
Everything
before the
came
fight,
up
bro. Look
before.
at him before his fight. Look at his eyes. He obviously don't look as healthy, bro. A lot of people say he drained or whatnot, but look at him. He don't even look.
Hold on, y'all. Let me address George Curry about some second wreck. The second wreck was not even devastating. Somebody ran into Earl. It was no injuries, no nothing. Fuck a second wreck.
If you guys are saying he's that damaged, he shouldn't be fighting at all, right? But Errol Spence himself came
Hey,
out
but
and said no
hey,
excuses.
hey, if you look at the neurologist, man, off BDA boxing, man, he was talking about this shit. He say some doctors, man, they'll clear that shit, even though they're not supposed to clear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some motherfuckers will really do that shit. They'll clear that shit, bro.
But
They'll
none
clear
of
him to
that is
come back to
Bud's
fight.
fault,
You know
though,
what I'm saying?
y'all.
Nah.
You
We ain't
know?
blaming Bud for
Right,
nothing.
When nobody
We
said
ain't
it's
blaming
Bud
Bud
fault,
for
we ain't
nothing.
discrediting
Bud was
Bud.
right.
All
blood
we
is
saying
flowers.
we see certain things that Earl not 100%. That's all we
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Credit to Bud. Like I said, I
Yeah,
saw.
credit to but he took advantage of what he supposed to take advantage of. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. That's why we want to see the rematch. We want to see him
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back.
We gotta see the rematch,
You know
man.
what I mean?
No doubt.
For real.
But
I
but I
totally
will, like I
agree.
said, I will say this, like I said before. What Bud fans said before, I saw certain things, even with Earl Caters, his punch case, certain things like that, certain things that Bud got, technical wise. I see certain things he could take advantage with, and Earl being at his 100% best. So I'm not gonna say Earl gonna come in and wash him. I'm not gonna say that, but all I'm gonna say is Earl he'll put on a better performance than he did.
And that's all I want to see.
Me too.
That's
Shout
all
out
I
to
want to see
Bud.
right there.
He
Yeah.
made me a believer because I definitely see some dog in him, and that's 100.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't a classic fight we all waiting on, man. We wait on that classic. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on that dog fight.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, knockdown after knockdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, on both ends. We didn't want to see that, but I ain't want to see that.
well,
I
Because the
do
shit ain't
believe.
good for the sport. You know what I'm saying? The shit that's good for the sport is a classic.
Spence said it was gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. He just didn't know that it was gonna be him. But
Like,
hopefully,
we could be funny about it, but that boy risked his life in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying?
everybody does, man. They
You
walk
know
into
what
the
I'm saying?
ring, they risk their
You
life.
know?
Every
Yeah,
fighter.
this was top competition though. Yeah, I can
Right,
see he
right.
beat Earl. Yeah, he beat Earl. But when they expense though, Earl put it out there, man. Fought champion after his career. Now I don't need to. He fight top notch champions.
And then he
You
went
know
out
what
on
I'm
his
saying?
feet
That's
too.
how he doing. And then what Bud doing? David Avenation. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You could have
I
fought
mean,
Boot.
all that's the
Could have fought
past
Boot. You could
now.
have fought Boot
We
just like Earl fought Ugas.
Yeah, we moving forward.
But
Fuck David
he don't want to risk.
Adville.
He don't want to risk his WO belt. That's why he didn't want to do. He wanted to use that leverage, and he held the belt hostage. That's all it was, bro.
You guys were saying that Errol Spence was ducking Bud Crawford, and because of all of his moves, he doesn't fight the toughest competition. He fought David Avenich, and he proved all everything like that wrong. So we can't talk about the past anymore. He already beat the big fish, the big guy in the division.
Well, you
He
done already
certified himself.
admitted, G man. You done already admitted he wasn't himself coming into the fight. So you
He
know
was sleepy, but the man,
it really ain't nothing else to talk about with that
if
one.
the man himself said, "I got no excuses," how can I make excuses for him? That's all
You
I'm
know,
asking. You know.
hey, we the fans, we not him.
So if you gonna clean out the division, pretty much Earl cleaned out the division. I ain't say for he ain't fought Thurman, of course, nothing like that, but he cleaned out the division, right?
And
All Bud did was wait at the finish line, okay, and beat Earl, but he still got to fight the other fighters. Why? Because styles make fights. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit though.
I want to see him getting that with Thurman, somebody that can move. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I want to see him getting that with boots.
Negotiate that. I
Spence,
think Thurman, he better watch them body. I bet he think he better watch his body. I think Bud will get him on that body real good. Don't get me wrong, but I think that Thurman will put up a good fight against Bud. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you beat the big fish. Let's see if you beat somebody else within the division. Let me see how you would do against Thurman or Boots or somebody like that or Ugas.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about this snack chatter? Bud was snack. Victor Conti. Now he knocking out people. He been knocking out people. Hell, I mentioned earlier in the chat.
Hey,
Devin Haney, he big time snack too. And Devin ain't knocking nobody out.
hey,
Why
Bud not.
Dev don't get the snack slugs and Bud do?
Bud got his first knockout, his first official knockout, knock a nigga
They
out
all
flatline
stoppages,
cold. You know what I'm
dog.
saying? Like knockout
Listen,
cold
it's
man.
a
in
If,
TKO
Avenge's,
if
victory,
you
man.
man.
It's
if
the
you
same
With
thing.
disorient
them
your
busted
opponent
up
to
ass
the
gloves,
degree,
bro.
if your opponent can't defend himself and you busting him up and the ref or the corner stop it, it's
That's a
still a
knockout.
stoppage, man.
Yeah, that's a
I can't
TKO
stop.
is a
nitpick
technical knockout, though.
knockout and technical
It's a
knockouts. They
knockout.
both stoppages. I
It's a
mean,
knockout. It's a knockout.
it's a
But
stoppage.
at
I
the
mean,
same time,
if the man can't
time,
defend himself and the ref stop it and the corner stop it, I mean, I can't nitpick that, man.
nah,
It
it's a
is.
knockout.
It's still a
It's a
stoppage.
knockout. Knockout is in the name. Technical knockout, TKO, technical knockout, knockout. It's it's
But
still a knockout. But at the
man,
same time,
it been all the same. It been all the same. You think about the legends, Roy Jones, Timothy Bradley, man. Every time Earl fought somebody, he came out the car accident. He didn't use no excuse. He came up, he fought him. Oh man, I gotta see more. When he beat him, oh, I gotta see more. When he beat somebody else, Sean Porter, oh, I gotta see more. Like every time that Earl defeated somebody, even coming out the car accident, not to bring it back up, but I'm just proving the point where he never was given his just due. He was always looked down upon. He never
man,
gonna get his credit. So now we say something about Bud, now it's an issue. But Earl never got his just due by the legends. Oh, they picked Mikey. Ah man, it's just Mikey. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, that's what they said when he fought Mikey Garcia. Man, come on, see, they never gave Earl his respect, man. He always had to do more. He always
man,
had
they
to do
been
more.
waiting.
While Bud just sitting over there on his tail, holding the WO belt, while Earl putting himself in the line of fire.
They've been waiting. They've been waiting on Errol Spence to get done like this, man.
It
They've
just
been
Mikey.
hoping. They've been hoping he get done like this, man. The whole time, his whole fucking career, bro. I'm telling you, man. They've been hating on that boy, waiting on that boy to get done like this, man, so they can have everything to say about him. You know what I mean? But I'm waiting on a rematch, man.
Yeah, man.
I
Those
want to see
those
the
40
rematch.
those 46 months, you know, had to catch up somehow, man. That's a
They did.
lot of inactivity for only 3 fights in 46 months.
Yeah,
And for that third fight to be your hardest test, I mean that says something, man. That's a
yeah,
lot of
Yeah,
inactivity.
but the thing is,
I don't
this the
take
thing.
tune-ups. That's a lot of inactivity to face
yeah,
a top-notch
yeah,
undefeated opponent.
yeah.
Yeah, hey, was it Rick? Hey, but that's what I do. I give Bud his credit. Why? Because Bud played chess. He played chess through this whole negotiation. He played chess to get Earl the because he didn't fight him in what was it November what night fighting Davis. So basically he just pushed Earl fight out a little further. He got his in and he ended up getting a negotiation. So Bud did what he had to do as a businessman to put himself in the position to be somewhat the A side, and also, kind of push the fight out a little longer for Earl to fight to that 46 months. So I get at the Bud. So that ain't no
And then right, I agree, man. And then these last 15 months since he fought Ugas up into Bud, Earl could have took another fight in between, but he
Yeah,
was set
yep,
on Bud,
yep,
Hell, when Bud pulled the David Advil bullshit move, Earl
yep.
could have got him a soft touch
Thurman.
too, just to stay active,
He could have got a Thurman, yeah. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
true. That's true though. Yeah. hmm
But,
Yeah, we gonna see, man. I mean, like I said, I'm super early. Like I said, I think Bud, man. I think he got it, but we gonna see, man. You know what I mean. We gonna see about it.
hey man, salute everybody on the panel, man. I had a great talk with y'all, man. I'm finna get up out of here, man. Salute Upper Echelon, man, for letting me on this platform. I appreciate you, bro. Y'all come check out Gritty Glove Boxing, man. We starting from the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Dallas, Texas. Rick Timms, I heard, man. You sound like you from H-Town, man.
H-Town all day,
Already,
South
already,
side.
man. Already, man.
Already, y'all. I'm gonna
People
drop
out
down
there.
too. Appreciate it. All right, nice
Already,
talking
man.
to y'all, man.
It
All
was
right.
good talking to y'all, man. Salute.
And what upper than burnt off.
Looks like it. He disappeared.
So, Gary, why do you feel like Mel can't beat Canelo though?
Nah, man, I just don't think so. 2 weight classes higher, and Mel struggled with Brian Castano. I thought it was a draw in the first fight. It was very close. He was getting caught, but Mel did come back and he did knock out Castano. So you got to give him that. He caught him with some shots. He set traps, but I think Canelo will be too much for him. He's adequate to that weight at 168 pounds, and I think it's gonna be too much for him. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, I see that you rock with Charlo in that fight. Why do you think that is?
Oh man, I'm Houston for life. But if Mel face Bud, I'm gonna have to jump ship and ride with Bud. But as far as Mel and Canelo, man, Mel, if he uses his size, his reach, his jab, and don't get cute, man, I don't see him knocking out Canelo. Canelo got a hard ass head, a hell of a chin, but he can outpoint Canelo for a majority decision win, I feel, man. Canelo have declined. He been avoiding real top-notch folk, and Beaver showed the blueprint. So, man, I'm pulling for Mel to get that upset over Canelo without question. That little 7 white boy European tour he went on is gonna catch up with him, man.
Yeah, we gonna see. It's gonna be hard for Mel. I mean, Canelo is not completely washed, but he's definitely declined. So
Yeah,
Charlo
he's not
definitely.
completely washed. I agree.
Yeah, so Charlo definitely has a chance of beating him, and it's gonna be hard to beat him on a scorecard too. You know how Canelo Alvarez fights can be, so he's gonna have to, I'll point him at least 8-4, or something like that, to win that fight.
So
And
tell me this: what about if Canelo do win, who the next two that PBC gonna have lined up for Canelo? Win or lose? Who you?
big brother Charlo, Jamal
No,
Charlo, that's gonna be
no,
next.
no. Something like y'all mentioning how something was clearly different or wrong with Earl pre-fight. We can clearly see something is clearly wrong with Jamal. I mean, inside and outside the ring right now. I mean, Mal really, really seemed mentally impaired. When Caleb slapped the shit out of him, it took him a few seconds to register that before he tried to start walking Caleb's way. I mean, a slap like that requires immediate response. And a storied, undefeated prize fighter gets slapped like that in front of a crowd, and he don't want immediate get back. Man, something is cognitively wrong with Maul, and I don't want to see him in the ring until he get that diagnosed and corrected. No, dog, I don't want to see him against Canelo. I want to see Benavidez or Morrell or hell, even Andre, somebody like that, dog. Not Maul or Gary.
Yeah, so you think he should fight Plant though, right, to get his get back, or you don't think?
Not even, I don't want to see him fight nobody right now, dog. But hell yeah, he should get back with. But just like I'll say, Earl need to get his screws solidified and oiled and back functioning properly. Maul is far worse than Mel mentally, than Earl to me mentally. Something clearly is missing, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if he's talking about the psychedelics, but he just a shell of himself now. I mean, that's why he been so inactive since June of 2021. Something ain't right, dog.
Yeah, man, he's catching a lot of slack on the social media as well. So, I mean, I just wish nothing but the best for him, because those two brothers, they're really really good fighters, and I really believe that, and we just gonna have to see. We'll see what Charlo does. The little Charlo. Well, he called himself the big Charlo in an interview recently. We'll see how he does against Canelo. That's gonna be his showcase fight. He's gonna make a lot of money, and
Oh yeah, I like that bag he about to get for Canelo, win or lose.
oh yeah, they
Yeah,
might break that million pay-per-view buys. What do you think? You think it's possible?
absolutely. Hell yeah, without question, no doubt. That's easy a million with Canelo facing one of these Charlo brothers, even coming up for 154. Yeah, man. That's easy million right there. Pay-per-view buy.
Yeah,
Easy.
that's going to be huge because it's undisputed versus undisputed, and Texas, they got the deep fan base. There's a lot of boxing fans in Texas, so they're gonna be supporting Charlo for sure. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm hearing that Benavidez might be fighting Demetrius Andrade on Twitter. What do you think about
Good,
that fight?
good. Man, woo. Hey,
How you see that playing out?
man, I ride with Andre for a split decision. I don't see either one of them knocking the other out. I see Andre kind of perplexing Benavidez with his awkward style. Benavidez, I can see him trying to be extra aggressive, and I can see Andre, picking his spots the way Bud was picking his the other night. I got Andre in that split decision, majority decision, for real.
Yeah, I can see Andre winning that fight as long as he doesn't gas out towards the end of the fight, because that's when Benavidez capitalizes on fighters. He'll press the gas towards
Yeah.
later rounds, and if Andre can stick behind his jab, box like a slick black fighter that he is, and doesn't gas out, he's gonna win that fight. Because I don't think Benavidez can fight with boxers.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
What happened to upper echelon? I think Key Alexandria, she trying to get on in the chat.
Yeah, man. Somebody got up and went to sleep. He went to go fix something to eat. He went silent about 30 minutes. Shit,
Yeah,
my phone about to die.
He been
I'm
going
about to get out of here too, man.
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
All right,
I'm finna hit this highway, man.
Kudos to you for standing up for Bud, man. I be seeing you standing up for Bud. So kudos to you. Respect to you.
Dude, man, I've been every chat I in, whether it's pro Bud or pro Spence, I've always remained steadfast. I don't go whatever way the wind blow. All I can do is speak my piece and my position. And I fully expected Bud to win this fight this whole time, before any weight drain look, before any sleepy high look. I knew Bud was gonna win this fight. And He gonna win the rematch too. I'm gone.
All right.
Peace.
All right, I'm back on, people. I'm back on. You know, I had to get my wounds and everything changed. But anybody want to hop up here, they can. I had to get my wounds and everything done, people. But I'm gonna drop the link back out here. Thomas Hill salute, brother. If everybody go, then we go ahead and call it a day. But yeah, I had to I was getting my wounds done and I fell asleep while she was doing it. Plus I take daggone painkillers. So indeed. What's up, Thomas Hill? Chief Bob, Dre Bob, salute, man. Have a blessed night, bro. Have a blessed night. Shawah, peace and blessings. Shit, I've been live for about 3 hours. Salawam, Thomas Hill, brother. Salawam, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right now, man. I'll catch y'all later on today, man. Hold on. I got Thomas Hill hopping up here. Let me add.
Yeah, I just wanted to come and give you a shout out personally. I missed it earlier before you fell off, but Rick Thames was in here holding it down, so I gotta see what you think, man. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna take away what I saw from Bud. Bud did a phenomenal job, bro. So I can't take that from his performance. His performance was like spot on. But I looked at that fight again and I watched the ring walk, and I don't know what was going on with
No
Spence,
problem,
man.
Green Gloves. No problem. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know what the hell he was going through at that moment, man. He just didn't
They,
look together. Like that.
I mean, Earl got neurological damage, bro. Like he's been fucked up since that accident. That's why a lot of my people was like, we don't know how much Earl gonna do because of that accident. See, we've been seeing it, but we ain't been trying to recognize it. Like Earl's been
Yeah,
up in each fight, he's getting worse. You
yeah,
feel
he
me?
getting worse.
He didn't
Yeah.
stop, but he's doing what he do, man. He's trying to make that check for him and his family.
I think, man, for real, I think that his camp really press on him getting checked out before he get back in that ring.
They already
Cause,
knew what was wrong with him, bro. They know what it
huh?
is, but Earl done fought all this time, bro. Now he's about to get the biggest bag of his career, and they wasn't gonna stop that, bro.
Yeah,
Like Mikey Garcia, he got 15 million. That was his biggest bag. He's been waiting. Look, he was willing to fight one eye against Pacquiao. Remember he said this said, "Hell, I got another eye," but they wouldn't let him fight, so he had to get the eye surgery.
yeah,
He's
but
gonna
see,
fight, bro. Like that man, he's a warrior, bro. And for his family, he willing to do whatever he got to do.
and then so like that being said, I mean, I'm glad you said that because in that Pacquiao fight when he was getting the training from him, his speech was a little bit better back then than it is right now. Right
Well,
now, it's like,
each time he spars and stuff, that takes away from it. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got to
yeah,
realize it's like a hole in the dam. It might start off little, but the sit will widen up and widen up until there's a big ass hole into the dam crumbles. Like Muhammad Ali and Parkinson's. He had, that's from taking beating. And each fight, it got worse.
yeah, greedy. I don't know if the doctors knew or
They
what,
knew,
man.
bro. They knew. That's why they had to get a doctor to sign off on it.
I did think that it was pretty strange that after his what I thought probably was his best round was after he got knocked down, he came back in the third round and he looked a little bit better in that round than he did in none of the other rounds. And they came and they started checking him out. And I'm like, why are they checking him out?
Because they already knew what's wrong with him. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they were making sure he don't get too bad.
Yeah,
But shit,
yeah.
brother. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow, man. Like
Oh, I'll
shit.
be on tomorrow, man. I'll be on tomorrow. I got caught up in some other stuff, so I couldn't
Yeah, I
get on.
did too. And shit, I was getting my damn wounds and stuff,
Breathing
man. I
treatment. Huh?
passed out while they was doing it. But peace and
Okay.
blessings to all of them, man.
All right then, my man. I'm glad that you are doing better too, my man. I hope
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. Y'all know about to play the outro before we go.
play that outro.
For Upper Echelon. Yep. And here we go. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All righty.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. I'm moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody, kill him. Hop out, get the drilling and spill him. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split him. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5 boys sell, eat them up, eat them up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding.